Chu Shen flopped onto the bed, clutching his head with both hands as if he'd just taken a beating. Meanwhile, the system loudly reiterated, "The system has been delinquent for 18 years and 20 days. It will be completely shut down in 30 minutes. Host, please recharge immediately." He frowned, yelling, "This is such a pain. What am I supposed to do?" His name was Chu Shen. 18 years ago, he was fortunate enough to transmigrate to this world, a world where humans and monstrous creatures coexisted. These creatures resided in the demonic realm, all sorts of forms, such as fiends, monsters, and demonic beasts. They frequently entered residential areas to hunt. Those with awakened talents had to venture into the demonic realm to grow stronger. The war between humans and these creatures had already raged for hundreds of years. Chu Shen had thought he hit the jackpot, transmigrating with a ready-made system, especially in this world, where slaughter lurked at every turn. Little did he know, he'd ended up with a system that was deep in debt. To activate the system, he needed to use nether coins, which could only be earned from the demonic realm. He sighed. Yet in this world, without an awakened talent, encountering a monster meant certain death. How am I supposed to earn min coins? So he just lay there for 18 years, hoping to awaken his talent, as long as he could cross the ghost realm. With min coins, he could activate the system and become a game-cheating master. Chu Sheng, utterly helpless, lay sprawled on his bed, grumbling to himself. But the system's going to expire in just half an hour. What kind of cursed setup is this? Seriously, having a system, but being unable to use it. It's absolutely maddening. Suddenly, a citywide alarm blared from outside. "Attention! The Class C demon!" Kai Lao has infiltrated the downtown area and is currently roaming the main street. Kai Lao is a neutral demon, only attacking specific targets. Its attack method is to offer min coins as bait. Anyone who accepts the min coins will become its designated target for extermination. Everyone, quickly go home, lock your doors, and absolutely do not go outside. Han City's Demon Extermination Bureau will ensure the safety of its citizens. After hearing that, Chu Sheng's eyes immediately lit up. Min coins? Given for free? He paused for a few seconds. But if a Class C demon gets me, I'll be pushing up daisies. The danger level is a bit high. That thought had barely flashed before it was stifled. His instincts already urged him to bolt outside. What was I even thinking? If I can't activate the system, I won't last long in this world anyway. So let's just go for it. Just as Tai Lao ambled out, dark energy immediately appeared and enveloped the entire neighborhood. She cackled like a witch, her mouth incessantly demanding, "Give Tai Lao the Ming coin!" Meanwhile, agents from the Exorcism Bureau stood nearby, observing, and one police officer wondered aloud, "Chief, how much longer are we going to monitor?" Zhu Yue calmly replied, "It'll be over soon. Demons are divided into two types, brutal and neutral. The brutal kind spares no one. They kill indiscriminately. The neutral kind, however, only kills their designated targets. If Tai Lao doesn't find a recipient for the Ming coin, she'll withdraw on her own." His two subordinates standing at the door sneered, "Good thing we discovered this early. Otherwise, we'd be doomed. I heard that last month in Liu City, Tai Lao wiped out thousands of people. The entire Demon Extermination Bureau mobilized, but still couldn't catch her." Another police officer chimed in. "This time, we broadcast warnings throughout the entire city. Even a fool wouldn't dare to go out, let alone run into Tai Lao." Zhu Yue stretched and nodded. "Exactly. Finally, I can sleep in peace." No sooner had he finished speaking, the panicked police officer yelled, "Chief, look over there!" Outside, rapid gasping sounds echoed. Chu Sheng rushed toward Madame Tai like a moth to a flame, his face beaming as if heaven had blessed him with a great fortune. "I found it!" Zhu Yue flinched violently, his face turning pale as he saw Chu Sheng approach Madame Tai. "Who is that? What's he trying to do? Get away from her fast!" Madame Tai quickly turned around, attempting to entice the young man. "Do you want some spirit money, young man?" He snatched the basket of spirit money from her hand without a word. Then, as he ran, he yelled, "Robbed and ran! What a thrill!" leaving her standing dumbfounded in the middle of the road. Meanwhile, Shu Yu stood rooted to the spot. "He just robbed Madame Tai. Your subordinate," Chief gaped, replying, "It seems so." As for Madame Tai, she was frozen like a statue in the middle of the road, muttering, "I'm a demon, not a human. Why wasn't he scared of me? How could he possibly rob me?" Her face crumpled and distorted, her body convulsing violently. Then, she suddenly transformed into a grotesque and hideous demon. "For the first time in my life, I've been robbed. I must flay this scoundrel alive." The people from Hancheng's Demon Extermination Bureau ran after in fear. "Oh no! Tai Lao has transformed into a brutal demon. Quickly, chase her." Tai Lao chased after Suo Sheng, yelling, "Little brother, don't run anymore." Suo Sheng turned his head back, so panicked he broke out in a cold sweat. What the hell? Wasn't this hag using a cane? Why is she running so fast? She suddenly opened her mouth wide, revealing a row of razor-sharp teeth. No one who steals Tai Lao's money ever gets away. A police officer exclaimed in fear. It's too late to save him. He's being cornered, Xie Yu lamented. So young and so naive. It's my first time seeing someone brave enough to rob a demon. Suo Sheng stared intently at the money basket, thinking to himself, there's no turning back now. It's a gamble, he thought, then decisively ordered. System recharge. The system didn't hesitate. It immediately activated absorption mode. Each Ming coin flickered with light, then vanished into the data space. A massive surge of power erupted from his body. Suo Sheng's eyes widened in surprise when he received the notification. Congratulations, host. Recharge successful. You now have 3 500 Ming coins. Congratulations, host, for activating the self-service cheat store. Detected. Host is currently under attack by a C-grade demon. Do you wish to use 1/500 underworld coins to purchase the one-time use attack skill, Demon Slaying Golden Light Incantation? Overwhelmed with excitement, Chu Sheng immediately agreed to the purchase. As soon as he spoke, a surge of spiritual energy swirled around his hand. Chu Sheng's 2 fingertips lightly touched each other. The entire space lit up as a venerable monk and millennia-old incantations appeared. Demon-slaying golden light incantation. With a mere flick of the venerable monk's wrist, heaven and earth seemed to tremble. Old Tai stumbled, shrieking in astonishment. What is this? Under the immense pressure from the venerable monk's palm, she shrieked miserably. Although her body was flung away like a kite with a broken string, she still desperately howled. You will never kill a true monstrosity. With the deed done, Chu Sheng sighed in relief. Even a veteran demon like Old Tai was killed. This system is truly domineering. The ringing of his phone in his pocket startled him. As soon as he picked up, the person on the other end hastily reminded Chu Sheng, tomorrow is the day of talent awakening, don't forget. To be honest with you, given our circumstances, we were born pretty ordinary. Nothing much will come of it later either. With no money and no power, I can only risk my life. Otherwise, I'll never awaken a proper talent. Today, I'll sleep to my heart's content, and tomorrow, who cares if I live or die? So what? If I'm not convinced, I'll fight to the bitter end. So Sheng agreed with a nonchalant tone. All right, I get it. As he walked, he mused. Awakening talent, you say? I have a system now. I'm savagely confident. What the heck is talent anyway? My system is 10,000 times more powerful. The Han Cheng Demon Extermination Bureau agents arrived, instantly astonished. What happened? It was old Kai who screamed horribly, not that kid. Xue Yui looked at the scene, bewildered. Old Kai was killed? His subordinate exclaimed. Someone actually pulled that off right here in Han Cheng. Zhu Yi pondered. Can you describe what he looked like? The officer replied, the distance was too great. I couldn't see clearly. He clenched his fist, his eyes brimming with determination. We must find him at all costs. The Demon Extermination Bureau desperately needs someone like that. Who knows? Maybe he can even handle the time ghost case. The next day, the academy buzzed with unusual activity. The teacher stood in front of the large courtyard, calling out to the students. He announced grandly, today is the day you all awaken your talents. We will head to the trial grounds outside the city. If you successfully awaken, you will gain combat abilities to fight against the grotesques, becoming the elites of the human race. However, the demon realm is extremely perilous. One wrong move means death. I hope you all know how to apply what you've learned. Strive hard for the Academy's honor. The future is still very bright. Bai Gu's heart pounds heavily with worry, and Suo Sheng declares, I feel so nervous. Will we die in the demon realm? Suo Sheng, with a half-lidded gaze, snarked at Bai Gu. Yesterday, you even called me and said you didn't care about life or death, and if you weren't satisfied, you'd fight to the bitter end. So today, you've turned cowardly, huh? Bai Gu cried out as tears streamed down his face. Just thinking about the scenes in the demon realm makes me tremble all over. There are all kinds of grotesques in there. How can we possibly defend ourselves against them? Every single one of them is incredibly vicious. Do you really think we won't be scared? Suo Sheng placed a hand on his shoulder, encouraging him not to worry. I'll shield you, so I guarantee you'll awaken a fantastic innate talent. Taiji slowly stepped forward, his eyes filled with contempt. You two pathetic poor kids, wanting to awaken a fantastic talent? You're both seriously deluded. Suo Sheng angrily bared his teeth and growled. This Taiji guy really has a big mouth, doesn't he? He curled his lips up disdainfully. Did I say something wrong? You guys think just a little knowledge from school is enough to conquer the demon territory? You need money and influence. This entire academy, except for you two dirt poor kids. Who doesn't hire an awakened as a private tutor? Chu Sheng subtly glanced at Bai Gu. Bai Gu and I really are the poorest in school. Maybe that's why we became best friends. His family faced a misfortune. As for me, I'm an orphan, and it was thanks to the orphanage's recommendation that I was able to get into this academy. Taiji continued, his voice dripping with venom. It's best if you two just drop out. Don't participate in the trials anymore. You'll enter the demon territory and die before you even know it. Bai Jiyu spoke up. Taiji, don't be such a busybody. How we are is none of your business, he snorted coldly. I'm just afraid you two useless kids will drag down the Academy's average score. Well then, let you guys taste the fear of true grotesques. As soon as he finished speaking, he pulled out a ghastly white skeletal hand. Two grotesque creatures bared their jagged teeth and lunged with their claws. Their claws swung directly towards Chu Sheng and Bai Jiyu. Bai Gu's face turned ashen as he quickly retreated. Damn it! Don't come any closer! Suo Sheng, on the other hand, showed no reaction. Taiji was slightly surprised. Isn't Suo Sheng scared at all? Suo Sheng thought to himself, after having faced a C-rank master before, this evil E-rank demon is nothing to worry about. Taiji puffed out his chest proudly as classmates surrounded him. This spine-chilling aura, it's demonic energy. Demonic energy is incredibly rare. It can even suppress monsters. Taiji actually has demonic energy? He truly has formidable backing. His voice dripped with sarcasm. Let me give you two pathetic scrubs a little shock so you know your place. The schoolyard seemed to freeze in time. All eyes turned in one direction. Suo Sheng, it's Jing Ziyi over there. The students continuously chattered. She's been missing for a month. I heard the family elders sent her for special training this time. Jing Ziyi will surely awaken a super powerful talent. If only I could train with her, that would be amazing. Ziyi walked over, calling out, Hey! Come here for a sec. Suo Sheng coldly asked for her reason. She replied, Have you thought carefully? Do you want to be my slave? He refused immediately, without any hesitation. I refuse, he thought, secretly cursing. What's wrong with that Jing Ziyi girl? Since I started school here, he's already made me his slave multiple times. Does he have some weird fetish or something? Jingzi continued to try and persuade Chu Sheng that awakening cultivation is the biggest turning point in anyone's life. Be my slave, and I'll help you awaken a powerful talent. Then brats like Taiji won't dare bully you anymore. Chu Sheng, intrigued, thought, that actually sounds pretty good. Jingzi smirked, confirming, so you agree. However, he decisively turned and walked away. Don't ever bring this up again. I don't need your help. I'll awaken a powerful talent on my own. Jingzi's face darkened. He gritted his teeth and shouted, You stubborn fool, you'll regret this. Taiji stepped out, blocking Chu Sheng's path. Her voice, sharp as a needle, pierced the air. Chu Sheng, at Han Cheng Academy. Who doesn't know I'm pursuing Jing Zi? You dare flirt with him right in front of me? You're just asking for another death wish. Students of Han Cheng Academy immediately moved to the vehicles, following the headmaster's command. All students, quickly board the vehicles. This time, the awakening spot is located outside the city. Once you're on board, absolutely do not move around freely. No matter what you see, you must remain calm. This awakening, you'll be accompanied by spirit wielders. Whispers rippled throughout the vehicle. Finally, I get to see a ghost hunter, the one from Legends. To become a ghost hunter, one not only needs to awaken their powers, but also pass an extremely arduous life and death test. The vehicle started moving, its engine rumbling and breaking the silence. They quickly stopped in front of the city gate. A stern guard held out a hand, signaling the vehicle to stop. No one is allowed to enter or exit the city gate without permission. The teachers stuck their head out the car window, raising their ID card and speaking loudly. Students from Han City Ghost Hunter Academy are out for an awakening trial. Please open the gate. The guard, after examining it carefully, turned and signaled a colleague to confirm their identity. Teachers and students from Han City Academy. Permission to pass. The other person began entering the passcode into the control panel. Instantly, the city gate emitted an unusual light, surprising the students. They asked each other, Why is the gate glowing? One student chuckled, You don't know this, really? The gate is engraved with ghost exorcism arrays. It's to prevent evil spirits from entering the city. Another classmate added, It's not just the gate. The entire city wall is constructed from materials specifically designed to counter them. Even though they discussed as they walked, it could only hold back a large number of regular monsters. Stronger ones, however, are still incredibly difficult to fight against. Just a few days ago, a terrifyingly powerful demon named Kai Lao managed to breach Han Cheng. It forced the entire city to issue a high-level alert. Bai Gu's eyes were full of unease. He'd heard that the area outside the city was absolutely crawling with monsters. No idea if that's actually true, though. In all my life, this is the very first time I've ever left the city. Suddenly, the students stirred, their gazes uniformly turning outward. Look, what is that? Balloons? Why are there so many balloons in the sky? Amidst the silent night sky, human head-shaped balloons bobbed ominously. Bai Jiyu gasped, How strange! There are practically no living people out here. Where did all these balloons even come from? Suddenly, one of the heads in midair abruptly spun around. Its eyes glowed blood red, and a ghastly, ripped smile stretched across its face. Bai Ji-yu, completely panicked, gaped his mouth wide and shrieked, Mommy! Another student also started panicking, screaming uncontrollably. A tattered white cloth billowed in the wind, slowly revealing a shadowy figure. All students, remain calm. Don't look out the window. Those balloons are disguised demons. As long as you don't look at them, you won't be harmed. A student raised his hand and asked, Who is that person? They look a bit scary. They're not a demon, are they? A dark aura enveloped his body. His deep voice resonated. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a demon subjugator, responsible for guiding everyone through this training session. A dense, demonic aura filled the air, and all eyes on the bus turned to the demon subjugator. So that's what a demon subjugator looks like? That's really different from what I imagined. I heard some powerful demon subjugators even have demon slaves. That must be one, right? A friend reasoned. Those demon head balloons have been appearing for years and haven't been eliminated. It looks like they're high-level demons. Amidst the chatter, the demon subjugator pointed to the person at the back of the bus and asked in a low voice, What's your name? A sudden chill, seemingly from nowhere, permeated the air, causing everyone to instinctively shiver. Chu Sheng calmly replied, Me? My name is Chu Sheng. The fabric parted, clearly revealing a void in the demon subjugator's abdomen. He exclaimed, You're quite good! When he saw the ghost head balloon. You're the only one who managed to stay calm. I'm really looking forward to what you'll do next. A student scoffed. Chu Sheng actually got praised by an exorcist. Could it be he was so scared he froze stiff, which is why he looks calm? Another one chimed in. Perhaps he's using a ghost to fight a ghost. After all, he's just a dirt-poor ghost anyway. Chu Sheng looked outside thoughtfully. Indeed, the exorcist was right. When facing the supernatural, I really do stay calmer than ordinary people. For instance, Taiji's creepy old man ghost, and also the ghost head balloon outside the window. Bai Ji-yu saw that and jumped up. Are you crazy, Chu Sheng? Dare to look outside again and you might just die. Chu Sheng calmly replied, Then there's only one possibility left. My mental strength is superior to ordinary people's. But he mused inwardly. It must be because I'm a transmigrator. That's the biggest difference between me and others. The cold night enveloped the awakening point, making the place feel like a cursed land. Students who had just gotten off the bus were already chattering nonstop. Is this the awakening spot? I can feel the chilling yin energy from a distance. This awakening certainly won't be simple. Zhang Wen stepped forward and raised his voice. Everyone, this is our awakening spot for today. Sunset Glow Nursing Home. 5 years ago, it transformed into an extremely dangerous ghost realm. If anyone wishes to withdraw, now is still your chance. Just then, a ghostly figure appeared at the window. It immediately caught the attention of the practitioners. Look over there. Someone's looking out from that window. She opened her mouth in a grotesque grin, and other spectral eyes peeked out around her. The practitioner shivered and exclaimed, That's horrifying. There are ghost tamers here, yet ghosts still dare to show up. They must be malevolent ghosts or higher. Going in this time truly means it's a life-or-death situation. Zhang Wen declared resolutely. Since no one is withdrawing, the awakening begins. Please enter, everyone. May everyone's ghost luck flourish. Chu Sheng thought to himself, in this world, becoming a ghost tamer is the ultimate aspiration, even though it's incredibly dangerous. But no one was willing to back down. The ghost controller hovered above the students' heads, their voice echoing a reminder. Within the ghost domain, rules are paramount. Unless absolutely necessary, never break them. Moreover, sometimes human nature is even more terrifying than ghosts. Amidst the eerie surroundings, Suo Sheng gently reminded Bai Ji-yu as they walked, Stick close to me. Once all the students were inside, the nursing home's loudspeaker crackled to life. Welcome to Sunset Nursing Home. Main mission, survive 3 days as a hospital staff member. Side quests will be assigned randomly. Important note. You must fulfill all patient requests. Otherwise, you'll become their next Happy Meal. Lei Gay broke into a cold sweat. Random side quests? This is going to be a huge hassle. His classmate next to him chimed in. If you want to awaken powerful talents, then you need to complete as many missions as possible. He frowned and retorted, Random side quests? Their predictability is way too low. It's practically impossible for us to prepare beforehand. The system's voice echoed as a flickering halo appeared around Suo Sheng. Detecting host has entered the ghost domain, unlocking skill selection shop. He fell silent, realizing he still had 2,000 underworld coins. Suggested purchasable skills, exorcism charm, golden light, 500 underworld coins. Born rebel, 2,000 underworld coins. Hint of all things, 2,000 underworld coins per minute. He silently analyzed the system's message, realizing his current value was 2,000 underworld coins. With 2,000 underworld coins, he only had enough to buy one of these 3 skills. Exorcism Charm Golden Light is a one-time use skill. so he should discard it. After all, he wouldn't just encounter ghosts once in the ghost realm. That left only Born Rebel and Hint of all things to choose from. However, Hint of all things at 2,000 underworld coins per minute was way too expensive. What exactly was Born Rebel? Having decided, he tapped to select Born Rebel for 2,000 underworld coins. Immediately, the screen displayed the skill information. Skill name, Born Rebel. Skill price, 2,000 underworld coins. Duration, 1 day. Usage condition, only usable in the current ghost realm. Skill description, as long as the host performs a paradoxical action, they will receive a random reward. Chu Sheng remarked, "This skill is quite interesting. The more paradoxical his actions, the more unexpected the reward would be. It's just a reward. I'm not sure if it's good or bad, completely random. However, right now, this is the most suitable thing for me." He finally made the decision to purchase the innate skill, Rebellion. As soon as the selection was confirmed, the screen in front of him began to shift, as if pre-programmed. Chu Sheng furrowed his brow, considering he should take advantage of this time before encountering any demons. Let's see if there's anything else interesting in the shop. Immediately, his eyes landed on the Summon Grim Reaper skill, priced at 20 million underworld coins. Chu Sheng exclaimed, "I can actually buy the Grim Reaper itself?" It's undoubtedly the most powerful skill. Still, 20 million underworld coins is an absolutely outrageous price. I only just swiped 500 underworld coins from old Kai, and now it's all gone. Looks like I'll have to get busy accumulating more underworld coins. The silence shattered as the door burst open. The head nurse, entirely stained with blood, stepped in, a bright smile on her face as she greeted them. "Welcome to the Sunset Nursing Home. I am the head nurse here." Wanger stammered, his face flushing. So this is the demon here? She's got quite the figure?" Another friend's eyes widened. "What are you thinking? You actually want to sleep with a demon? Snap out of it," Legay quipped cheerfully. What did the head nurse say? You all better memorize every single detail. The head nurse chirped. "Oh my, all the orderlies this time are such fresh meat, aren't they?" She licked her lips suggestively. So fresh, so juicy, so utterly tempting. Bai Ji Yu lightly nudged Chu Sheng's shoulder. "If all the spooky beings in this ghost domain are like this, I think I'd manage just fine, actually." The head nurse suddenly let out a truly delighted cackle. Her taut, smooth skin suddenly became horrifyingly wrinkled. Her eyes turned pitch black, as if all life force had been sucked dry. "It seems none of you quite grasp your current predicament, do you?" A shiver ran down the students' spines as they shrieked, "Mommy, what in the world was that? You scared me half to death." "Is it too late to bail now? Just send me home already." Aigu's face paled as he exclaimed, "Oh no, we just got here, and it's already this creepy. Who knows what else awaits us?" The head nurse bellowed, "All of you, silence! Next, I will assign each of you your tasks." The students were so terrified they didn't dare to breathe, each covering their mouths with their hands. The head nurse's smile stretched unnaturally wide, reaching all the way to her ears. From her mouth, she stuck out a long, wriggly tongue, muttering, "If only it weren't for these pesky rules, I would have devoured you all by now." Unable to contain her excitement, the head nurse snapped her fingers. Immediately, a board simultaneously appeared in front of each student's chest. On the board, tasks were displayed, ranging from orderly, pharmacist to chef. The entire group of strangers asked each other, "What is this?" A boy speculated, "It looks like an ID card." The head nurse cackled gleefully. "The job cards in front of your chests represent the content of your work for today. I hope you all complete your tasks well." Otherwise, the students began to read their tasks aloud. "I'm an orderly." "I'm an orderly too." "Why am I a chef?" With wide eyes and mouth agape, Xiao Sheng declared, "I'm a pharmacist." "What about you?" After seeing Xiao Sheng's board, he was utterly bewildered by Xiao Sheng. "Your job card. Why is it blank?" Wanger suddenly pointed at Xiao Sheng and yelled, "Why is there no job title? What's going on?" Could it be that Xiao Sheng wasn't assigned a job? All the students' gazes simultaneously focused on Xiao Sheng. The head nurse explained, "My boy, it seems you're lucky. A blank job card indicates that today you don't have to do any work at all." After hearing that, the other students complained endlessly. Heaven must be blind. Such good fortune wasted on Suo Sheng? This is ridiculous. Wang Er's voice dripped with contempt. How can this penniless nobody be so lucky? Why not me? I'm getting seriously ticked off here. Yet Suo Sheng, of all people, decisively took the sign down. "I don't need this meaningless life." He threw it to the ground, his voice hoarse with resentment and despair. "Why does everyone else have a job, and I'm just here, resting? This isn't fair. Could it be that I'm completely useless? Can't I even get a single job done?" Suo Sheng boldly declared, "No, I want to work." The atmosphere instantly froze, affecting all the students' bodies. Rigid, Their eyes were fixed on him. The system announced, "You have made a rebellious choice. You have received 3 instances of immunity to demonic attacks." Suo Sheng stroked his chin thoughtfully. Immunity to demonic attacks is an invincible skill. He totally picked the right cheat code, didn't he? Lei Jia exclaimed indignantly. "I swear I want to punch this show-off to death," Wang growls. "How utterly annoying, huh? Don't you dare stop me." Another girl, glaring, declared, "This madam here wants to solo him." The head nurse, her face like a bashful maiden, timidly asked, "Did you break the rules, young man?" Just a moment later, her long, disgusting tongue shot straight towards Suo Sheng, along with an infuriating declaration. "Then I can feast on you." His classmates cheered gleefully. "This guy is so doomed. He broke the rules already, and he even thinks he's in the right. Serves him right. That's what you get for being a show-off." Without a shred of hesitation, Suo Sheng reached out, firmly grabbing the tip of the tongue that was lunging at him like a weapon. He then tugged hard, not forgetting to quip, "My, your tongue is quite slippery, isn't it?" The system chimed, "Successfully immune to the monster's attack once. 2 uses remaining." That audacious move left the head nurse completely petrified on the spot. Whispers and chatter began to erupt. "What? Suo Sheng actually blocked the monster's attack? What on earth is going on? Didn't he awaken his innate talent just like us?" The head nurse, taken aback, swiftly retracted her long tongue. She nodded. "All right then, you can be an orderly. Go take care of the patients on the highest floor," she thought deviously to herself. Patient Kia won't let humanity die so easily. "No way," the students exclaimed in shock. They agreed already? Since when did the demonic beings become so easy to talk to? They urged each other, "Let's go! Hurry up and complete the mission." The mission only lasts 3 days, so don't waste time. Suo Sheng tilted his head and smiled. "IGU, you're a pharmacist. Let's go check out the pharmacy." However, Lei Jia stepped out and blocked their path. He asked Suo Sheng in an arrogant tone, "Why were you able to block the head nurse's attack? Tell me, are you carrying an item to deal with the demonic beings?" Suo Sheng glared and retorted, "Why should I tell you?" Lei Jia angrily lunged forward, grabbed his collar, and yelled, "If you don't tell me, do you think I won't kill you right here, right now? This is the demon realm. Killing a person is simpler than stepping on an ant. Hurry up and take it out." Bai Jiyu fearfully called out Suo Sheng's name, but he calmly replied, "It's fine. I don't have an item. The reason the demonic being didn't attack me," he explained, "it's because the previous reminder said that we must fulfill all patient requests, and the head nurse is not a patient." After Lei Jia achieved his objective, he smirked, "So that's how it is. You pathetic fool. I knew right away you didn't have any items." Then he turned and gave a signal to Wang Wang, standing behind him, immediately understood. He pointed straight at the head nurse's face. "My big bro doesn't want to work. Hurry up and let my big bro rest." She immediately stuck out her sharp-pointed tongue. It plunged deep into the chest of the unfortunate Wang. Then it began to suck all the life force from his convulsing body. Lei Jia's eyes widened in horror. Instinctively, he took a few steps back. The head nurse tilted her head, the corners of her mouth stretching all the way to her ears. "Does anyone else want to rest? Step forward." That sight made the other trainees' hair stand on end, and they hurriedly left. "That scared me to death, you idiot." Wang was completely drained. "Go quickly, don't look anymore." The head nurse warned loudly, "Go find your own job position. If you don't complete your task, then I'll make sure you all die a very ugly death." Lei Jia roared in rage. "Suo Sheng, you dared to trick me." He turned and walked away, casually calling him an idiot with utter disdain. As Bai Jiyu walked, he anxiously asked Chu Sheng, "You came to the pharmacy with me. What if your patient ends up waiting anxiously for you?" "What then?" He calmly replied, "It's fine. I want to go to the operating room to get some equipment." As soon as the door opened, Bai Jiyu froze on the spot. "What's going on here?" Looking at the cluttered room with scalpels lying around, he shivered and whispered, "Is this an operating room? A slaughterhouse? More like it." The sight before his eyes made Baigu's heart skip a beat. How can a pharmacist work in an environment like this? Aunt Ju gave Bai Jiyu a painful whack on the head. Chu Sheng coldly snapped, "What are you thinking? We're in the demon realm. Did you think you were coming here to sit in an office?" As the scissor blade glided across the pig's skin, blood spurted out like rain. Chu Sheng stared intently at the scissors in his hand and exclaimed, "No reaction!" "It seems to be a normal surgical instrument." Bai Jiyu jumped back, startled. "Chu Sheng, what are you doing? The Academy once told us not to touch anything. There are many parasitic malevolent spirits and ghost energy in the ghost domain. It's very dangerous." Suo Sheng ignored that advice and continued to hold the knife and slash. This isn't right either. A dark aura suddenly burst out from the hammer, attracting his attention. Immediately after, a ferocious skull emerged, its jaw moving savagely. Suo Sheng didn't flinch, holding the hammer and smashing it in an instant. The system screen appeared. Successfully immune to the strange ghost's attack once, One attempt remaining. Congratulations, you have received the blood-stained hammer, imbued with ghost energy. Suo Sheng looked at the hammer in his hand and chuckled gleefully. Aha! An operating room, just as I suspected, definitely has ghost energy. He excitedly left. Time to check out the pharmaceuticals. Standing in front of the locked door, he mumbled, It's locked! To open it, I'll need a key. Then Suo Sheng turned and said to Bai Ji-yu, You're a pharmacist. You can surely get the key to the medicine cabinet. Once you get it, grab some medicine for me. As Suo Sheng left, he called out, Suo Sheng, what exactly are you planning to do? He waved his hand and replied, Just let it be. Focus on staying safe. I'm going to check on the patient on the very top floor. A piercing scream echoed down the hospital corridor. Suo Sheng stood outside the door, cautiously observing the situation. Inside the room, a boy clutched his hand in pain, wailing miserably. The demon sat on the bed, laughing triumphantly. This time, I'll just cut off 2 of your fingers. Next time, will you still dare to disobey? The boy immediately cried out, I wouldn't dare again. I'll obey you. I'll obey you. Outside, Zheng Wen was also incredibly anxious. He wondered what was happening inside. It's their first time entering the demon realm. I hope they can come out safely. A female reporter approached, saying, Director Zheng Wen, I am reporter Tan Wei from the Exorcism Bureau. She expressed her desire to select a few outstanding students to follow and film the entire process. This is to set an example and boost humanity's confidence in confronting demons of all humanity. He sees this opportunity to promote Reporter Tan. You've come to the right place. Our Hancheng Academy has no shortage of exceptional students. Outstanding ones like Jing Ziyi and Tai Ji are all top-tier talents. This time, they'll certainly complete the trial and awaken powerful demon-controlling abilities. Hearing this, Tan Wei became extremely excited. Director Zhang quickly broadcast images of Jing Ziyi and Tai Ji. However, the demon subjugator then mentioned Suo Sheng. Tan Wei immediately asked, Great Ghost Tamer, what did you just say? He repeated, I propose we observe Chu Sheng's trial progress. He is the most talented student I've ever encountered. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do. Tan Wei's face immediately brightened. Since the great Ghost Tamer has spoken, we shall obey your command. Livestream Chu Sheng's trial. Zheng Wen didn't hesitate. He immediately activated his phantom image projection. An image of Chu Sheng standing opposite a spectral entity appeared on the magic screen. Everyone watched intently. Zheng Wen's eyes suddenly became serious. What's happening? Why is this kid approaching the spectral entity? Do not approach the spectral entity. That's a basic safety rule. Tan Wei also voiced her opinion. Great Ghost Tamer. This student seems a bit too reckless. Are you sure he's truly talented? The spectral entity then sincerely offered, Young man, you are truly zealous. Thank you. Could you help me outside? Wish to find my old friend and have a chat. Yet, deep down, he wickedly mused the moment he caught sight of me. You won't escape. Someone so naive like you must be shared with my old pals. Suo Sheng walked over and firmly snatched the ghoul's crutch. Then he yanked it hard, making the ghoul struggle. Suo Sheng then teasingly said, No need to thank me. The ghoul's legs crumpled, its eyes bewildered. After seeing that scene, Zhang Wen was also extremely surprised, while Tan Wei's mouth was agape and eyes wide. He took the ghoul's crutch? What does he want to do? On Suo Sheng's side, the system announced, You have made a rebellious choice. You received a plate of beef stew with potatoes. He discontentedly exclaimed, As expected, the reward is random. This reward, well, it's not like it's asterisk entirely useless, but rather it's completely useless. That ghoul, with its eyes glowing red, commanded, Young man, why did you take my crutch? Give it back to me now. Suo Sheng crossed his arms over his chest and nonchalantly negotiated. I'll ask you a question. If you answer correctly, I'll return it to you. He immediately asked back, What if I answer incorrectly? He replied, If you answer incorrectly, I'll give you 80. With that, Chu Sheng pulled out his blood-stained demon energy hammer and said, First question, how many times have I blinked today? The ghoul. After hearing the question, it displayed a confused expression. Chu Sheng said nothing more, swung his arm, slammed it hard into the ghoul's head and yelled, 80! Struck by surprise, the ghoul shrieked in pain, its body swaying as if about to collapse. The ghoul hissed through gritted teeth, You bastard! Is this the 80 you were talking about? Chu Sheng continued to raise his blood-soaked hammer high and shouted, 80! The resounding blow sent the ghoul sprawling backward, its body convulsing as if electrocuted. The ghoul slumped to the ground, defiant. You've got some nerve! I'm the malevolent spirit here. Give me back my crutches. A resounding 80! Once again rang out like a judgment, and Chu Sheng brought his hammer down without hesitation. Following that, a barrage of 80s poured from his mouth. Tan Wei gasped in shock. Is this truly a new student? He just arrived and is already smashing a ghoul with a hammer. Ordinary students When encountering a ghoul, aren't they all careful, reserved, and trembling with fear? The Ghostmaster remarked, courageous and cautious. Chu Sheng must have realized that, although this ghoul is very strong, it relies too heavily on its crutches. Without its crutches, it almost completely loses its ability to move. Moreover, the hammer in his hand is a demonic artifact. Tan Wei exclaimed excitedly, "He's already obtained a valuable artifact right at the very beginning." This Chu Sheng truly has some serious skills. After defeating the evil spirit, Chu Sheng let out a relieved sigh. He glanced at the corpse, furrowing his brow, and asked in a dry voice, "Is it dead yet?" A month later, the spirit of the evil creature quietly emerged. The old man's spirit emotionally said, "Thank you, young man, for killing me so I could be freed. I'm no longer enslaved by that evil creature." Chu Sheng spoke in a cold voice. "Tell me your story," the old man confided. "Actually, my story is quite simple. I was a human soldier, and after being wounded, I came here to recuperate. Unexpectedly, the demonic abyss descended, and I got trapped here, turning into an evil spirit. Young man, before I completely vanish, I want to give my keepsake to my old friend. Could you fulfill my last wish?" Chu Sheng was momentarily surprised when the system issued a side quest. Fulfill the last wish of the patient in room 404. Tan Wei frowned. Chu Sheng has already activated a side quest so quickly. However, even though this side quest could bring generous rewards and help them awaken stronger abilities, she expressed, the trial has only just begun. No need to rush into taking on a side quest like that. Zhang Wen agreed with her. That's right, side quests are usually quite dangerous and can even trigger a chain reaction in the plot. This trial has a 3-day time limit, so there's really no need to rush. Caution is paramount. Meanwhile, Suo Sheng agreed to fulfill the old man's wish. The old man clicked his tongue in approval. "Young man, you truly are a good person." After speaking, the old man directed his gaze towards the metal cabinet. "What I'm giving my old friend is a box of candy in that drawer over there." After opening the drawer, Suo Sheng confirmed that it was indeed this box. As soon as he picked up the box, the system announced, "Congratulations! You've received the memento of patient room 404, a box of candy representing sweetness, and a grenade left behind as a souvenir from his time as a soldier." The old man then requested, "Young man, please deliver this to room 204 on the floor below." "Thank you," he said, watching Suo Sheng's retreating back. The old man's heart swelled with happiness. "My dear, this is the last gift I'll give you. This lively gift will surely be right up your alley." Tan Wei sighed. Suo Sheng was too bold, not only accepting the side quest, but also openly going to deliver the item. Our filming work is probably about to end. So Sin's dry footsteps slowly echoed with a chilling rhythm. As he walked, he mumbled a series of room numbers. From the hospital ceiling, long, disheveled hair suddenly hung down, accompanied by fiery red eyes full of malice. The female ghost suddenly appeared, blocking So Sin's path, but he brushed her aside like a curtain, moving her out of the way. "Don't obstruct me." He stopped in front of the door, marked 204, nodding. "This is the place." Without hesitation, So Sin knocked on the door. A hoarse voice came from inside the room. "Who is it?" So Sin's lips curved into a smile of delight. "Delivery service. Door-to-door delivery." As soon as Mrs. Neep opened the door, she immediately asked, "Delivery? Do you also ship goods in the ghost realm?" So Sin held up the box, smiling. "Your goods, please sign for them." As she took the box from his hand, she quickly recognized it. "Oh, it's my husband's box. So that's it. He told you to come." Half a second later, Mrs. Neep's eyes turned fiery red and filled with murderous intent. "Young man, you've come at just the right time. I'm very hungry." The atmosphere seemed to freeze in that moment. So Sin gripped the door, smiling. "If you're satisfied, remember to give a 5-star rating." Madame Ni laughed gleefully and stuck out her unusually long tongue. "I am very pleased with you. After eating, I will definitely give you a good evaluation." As the lid of the box was opened, she was horrified to see a grenade inside. Madame Ni furiously threw the box away and charged straight towards Suo Sin. The grenade exploded violently, a red flash erupting and shaking the entire room. Suo Sin, standing outside, sighed with emotion. As expected, even an explosion within a ghost domain doesn't destroy it. Hot weapons are ineffective against ghost domains. The door opened, and Suo Sin saw Madame Ni lying flattened on the floor. But this strange ghost seemed to have been crippled by his explosion. Unexpected delight. Zhang Wen, he gaped. Wasn't he doing a side mission? Why did Tan Wei also deal with people? Someone blurted out. Why did he also carry a grenade with him? Zhang Wen chuckled, pleased. It seemed the strange ghost had been blown up to the point of losing its ability to move. This physical incapacitation is truly remarkable. A young man spoke up. The grenade was obtained by Suo Sin from a previous patient. Ordinary people would not think of using hot weapons to blow up ghosts, a ghost controller then explained, because in typical demon realm instances, Hot weapons only enrage ghosts and will not have any other effect. Hot weapons can still inflict a certain amount of damage on them. Chu Sheng thinking of that is truly brilliant. Tanwei's gaze also changed at this moment. I just thought he was a reckless hothead, but I never expected him to be on the 9th level. Madame Neep raised her head, her voice full of resentment. You used grenades on a ghost? Are you even human anymore? Even if I become a ghost, I won't forgive you. Chu Sheng drew his hammer, smiling, and replied, Then I'll just make sure you can't even become a ghost. Terrified, she turned and fled, screaming, This is demonic energy. What do you want? Don't come here. Chu Sheng reached out, grabbed her ankle, and lifted her high. Then he chuckled gleefully. Such a lovely old lady. Don't be scared. I'll just be a little heavy-handed. Bear with it for a bit. Madame Neep shrieked in terror. Help! I won't come out. The demoness, upon seeing that scene, showed herself. He turned to her, glaring, and asked, What are you staring at? She fled in terror, clutching her head and wailing pitifully. That's just too scary. Zhang Wen sighed softly. Amazing! He scared the ghosts into scattering. I've never seen such an absurd student in a trial before. Realizing this, Tanwei commented, By my count, Chu Sheng has already killed 2 ghosts. I'm afraid his evaluation score will skyrocket. If he can survive the next 2 days, he will surely awaken a powerful ability. However, the ghost controller denied their words. Chu Sheng hadn't even killed the 2nd ghost yet. Madame Neep lowered her voice and pleaded, Young man, I don't mean you any harm. Please let me go. Chu Sheng sneered. I'm your caregiver now. How could I possibly leave? Her eyes wide with horror, she screamed, I don't want you as my caregiver. I don't need a caregiver either. We'll stay out of each other's business. Just swing your axe straight down on my head then. This made Madame Neep's face contort, and he gruffly ordered her to shut up. Once that was done, he gleefully looked at the notifications. He had made a rebellious choice to be a caregiver for a patient who doesn't need one. Received a Li Shan ghost luring scent. Special note. The Li Shan ghost luring scent can emit a ghost-like scent, attracting strange ghosts. Madame Neep trembled and pleaded, Young man, I'm severely injured right now. I'm no threat to you, so please let me go. Chu Sheng chuckled faintly, then turned and pulled her along. You're injured, he said. How can I rest easy? I'll take you to a pharmacist for an examination. Madame Neep opened her mouth wide and wailed. I'm not going! Let me go! I want to go back to my room. A dull thud of an axe rang out, striking hard against her head, causing her to bite her own tongue. The female ghost hiding nearby broke out in a cold sweat. Too terrifying. Meanwhile, Madame Neep struggled in vain, yelling, Save me! At that moment, Bai Jiyu was huddled in a corner, muttering, May the Buddha protect me. Please, Buddha, protect me. Ghostly entity, don't come. Just let me peacefully get through these 3 days. Chu Sheng suddenly appeared, making his hair stand on end. Bai Gu's face turned ashen, jumping up as if he'd seen a real ghost. He quickly collected himself and recognized his friend. Chu Sheng, is that you? You scared the living daylights out of me. I thought you were that spooky ghost. Chu Sheng casually tossed Madame Neep towards him, with a chilling voice. I brought this ghostly entity just for you. Bai Ji and the ghostly entity stared at each other, 4 eyes wide as saucers. He shuddered, pulled his legs up, then yelled at Chu Sheng. Why did you bring this ghost here? Chu Sheng pressed Madame Neep's head down, smirking. Don't be afraid. Who's this adorable old lady? As he laughed, she shrieked indignantly. Even ghosts have dignity. Don't you dare go too far. Immediately, an uppercut from below sent her flying backward. After the deed was done, Chu Sheng shrugged, feigning helplessness. Madame Neep spun around in a flash, her movements incredibly swift. Then she bared her teeth and laughed maniacally, a truly haunting sound. Bai Jiyu screamed in fear. Stop laughing. Your laugh looks even scarier. Chu Sheng unexpectedly walked over and stepped on Madame Nee's hand, making her momentarily flustered. He asked curiously, Have you gotten the key yet? Bai Jiyu scratched his head awkwardly. Not yet. I've been sitting in here this whole time. I don't know where to look for the key. Chu Sheng glanced down and mused. It seems getting the key won't be simple. He chuckled playfully and said, Cute old lady, let the pharmacist check your wound. She lifted her head and requested, Young man, examine my wound. I was injured by a grenade explosion. Bai Jiyu broke out in a cold sweat and exclaimed, Injured by a grenade explosion, huh? This is the first time I've heard of someone using a grenade explosion. To be so bizarre. That's ridiculous. Are you that bored or something? Madame Nee abruptly sat up with a smirk. Exactly? That bored or something? Chu Sheng cleared his throat. Don't pay attention to those minor details. Let's focus on the main task. Bai Ji turned in surprise when he heard the sound. Side quest issued. Heal the patient in room 204. He asked Chu Sheng for his opinion. Should I accept the side quest? Chu Sheng stroked his chin and replied, Accept it. It's probably the key to getting the actual key. Bai Ji then told Madame Nee, I can heal you. He was startled when she said, if you need medicine from the cabinet, then go find the head nurse for the key. Bai Ji-yu eagerly reported to Suo Sheng, there's a clue. The key is with the head nurse. He ordered sternly, lead us to the head nurse. Mrs. Ni suddenly panicked and immediately refused. The head nurse? No, I won't go, I won't go. Suo Sheng, radiating murderous intent, raised his hammer. Frightened, she explained, even though the head nurse isn't the strongest specter here, she is the one who manages this place. She exploits the rules of the specter realm, able to kill not only humans but also other specters. He decisively brought the hammer down and growled, lead us there. She grimaced and shrieked, stop hitting! I'll take you! Mrs. Ni pondered inwardly. You're all rushing headlong into death. I won't stop you. Once you're dead, I'll be free too. As they walked, Suo Sheng wondered, earlier, you said the head nurse wasn't the strongest specter here. So who is the strongest? She turned around and replied, the chef. The chef is the specter, the most ferocious and powerful here. Even we have to show 3 parts humility when we meet him. Tan Wei, dizzy with shock, exclaimed to the camera, what exactly does Suo Sheng want to do? I'm watching, but I don't understand. Zhang Wen squinted, reaching out to adjust his glasses. I really don't get it. Normal students are always so careful and cautious when they enter the demon realm for the first time. But what's he doing? Torturing himself by running all over the place. The scene shifts to inside the awakening point, where a student is slowly walking with a tall stack of bowls in his hands. The head chef's face showed his annoyance. It's just a bit of work. Why are you so slow and dawdling? If my kitchen wasn't so short-staffed, I would have butchered you and thrown you in the pot ages ago. The student stumbled, causing the top plate to fall. A loud smash echoed as the plate hit the ground. The head chef flinched and spun around, his eyes shooting daggers. The student panicked and cried out, Head chef, I didn't mean to. I messed up. I'll clean it right away. The fuming head chef grabbed a knife and stomped over. Don't bother! Break any kitchenware, and you'll all be thrown into the pan. The student, terrified, tucked his legs and fled, screaming, Save me! I want out! I want to quit! The head chef's shiny knife whizzed through the air. Then it thwacked right into the student's head, making him yelp in pain. The head chef dragged the student towards the oil pan like a sack of potatoes. Troublesome and short-staffed again. Meanwhile, at the Awakening Bureau, Administrator Ni walked along, cackling gleefully. Just wait until breakfast tomorrow, and you'll get to meet the head chef. Remember, whatever you do, don't say his cooking isn't good. Otherwise, he'll be absolutely furious. Madame Ni stopped and announced, The head nurse is inside. Chu Sheng read the words clearly on the door. Mortals, do not approach. A ghost's fate is unpredictable. Bai Ji-yu, his face pale, sighed. Look at these 2 lines. There's no way we'll have a good ending if we go in. Madame Ni, behind them, let out a sinister chuckle. She revealed, The head nurse's greatest pleasure is devouring young men. You 2 are both perfectly to her taste. Especially you. The head nurse loves gnawing on ribs. Upon hearing those words, Bai Ji-yu trembled like a leaf. Chu Sheng, why don't we just go back and live modestly? These 3 days of awakening trials will be over in no time. Madame Ni lowered her voice and continued. This old lady here also advises you to. There's no need to actively provoke the head nurse. Only by following the rules of this place can you continue to live. Chu Sheng, his gaze unwavering, declared, I'll go. Upon hearing that, Madame Ni froze solid, like she'd been encased in concrete in the freezing cold. That declaration also left Bai Ji-yu utterly flabbergasted. Chu Sheng, smirking in front of the head nurse, is truly asking for trouble. Bai Ji-yu, wait for me outside. If I don't make it out, you quickly return to the infirmary. As soon as he finished speaking, Bai Ji-yu walked over and slapped his shoulder hard, stopping him. He spoke, his eyes never leaving Chu Sheng. You go back, I'll go instead. Chu Sheng immediately refused. No need for that. You just stay outside. Bai Ji-yu stepped forward, his eyes burning with determination. Listen to me. It's far too dangerous if you go. I'm a pharmacist, and this is practically my side quest. I have a legitimate reason to be here, so there's still a chance. Chu Sheng asked worriedly, Bai Ji-yu, can you really do it? Don't force yourself. He gently touched the wooden door. Remember what I said when I called you? Given our conditions, mediocre talent, no money, no power. This time, we truly have to risk everything. I also want to change this useless life of mine. Let's throw caution to the wind. If we're going to defy fate, let's see it through to the very end. Bai Ji-yu resolutely pushed the door open and boldly shouted 2 words. Let's do this! Even Pai Ni couldn't help but look at him with newfound respect. Who knew that timid little mouse of a kid would actually be so reliable when it counted? Too bad the head nurse isn't exactly known for being easy to talk to. Chu Sheng raised his demonic aura while advising Bai Ji-yu. If you encounter any danger, just scream once and I'll come right in. Meanwhile, inside, Bai Ji-yu cautiously looked around. Why is it so pitch black in here? The door unexpectedly slammed shut with an ear-splitting bang. Baigu's hair stood on end. Reflexively, he cried, "Mommy, I can't see a thing." Too reckless, too impulsive. I definitely shouldn't have come in here. In the pitch-black room, only a flickering oil lamp provided light. The head nurse sat cross-legged on a chair, gleefully exclaiming, "The fresh young man has arrived!" Baiju broke out in a cold sweat, stammering to call out her title. As her dark aura erupted, her eyes flashed brightly. "What are you here for?" Baiju slammed his head forcefully onto the ground, declaring, I've come to pay my respects to you." The head nurse, with a curious gaze, chuckled. "Pay your respects? How interesting. You're the very first person to proactively come and pay me respects." Outside, Madame Ni calmly clasped her hands behind her back and departed. "Let's head back now. I've never seen any human survive and come out after entering this gate." Her arms swung up in a fit of rage. Chu Sheng enunciated each word. "Shut your mouth!" The force of the strike was like a divine judgment, causing Madame Ni to collapse miserably. Inside, the head nurse walked towards Pai Jiyu, laughing as she spoke. "Human, do you know? I adore the darkness. The human world is simply too bright. One day, this world's sun will be snuffed out, and the entire world will sink into darkness. It will become a playground for specters. By then, the great director will personally make an appearance." He nodded vigorously. Right. You're absolutely correct." The head nurse, her cheeks flushed, gently lifted his chin. "So subservient, are we? It's been ages since I met a human who made me this comfortable. With that, you've successfully awakened my desires." The oil lamp was snuffed out, followed by a scream. "Head nurse, no!" A resounding scream echoed from the room, making Chu Sheng extremely anxious. That's Paigu's voice. "Something's happened," Madame Ni cackled. "I told you that boy wouldn't make it." From inside, Paigu's piteous screams mixed with the head nurse's teasing voice echoed once more. "You're blushing now." From within, Chu Sheng paused. Wait, there's something off about that sound. 3 minutes later, Pai Jiyu with sparkling eyes pushed the door open and stepped out. Madame Ni froze. "He's still alive and returned? That's quite a surprise." Chu Sheng nervously asked Bai Jiyu, "Are you okay?" He awkwardly scratched his head, eyes crinkling into a smile as he replied, No, I'm perfectly fine. How could anything possibly happen? All right, I handled it easily." After getting the key, Chu Sheng excitedly clapped Bai Jiyu on the shoulder. "Bai Jiyu, how did you manage to get the key?" he explained, mouth agape. "It was super simple. The moment I walked in, I just knelt down." Chu Sheng smirked meaningfully. "Just kneeling, huh? Nothing else?" Baigu's cheeks flushed as he concisely replied, "Nothing else." A moment later, as all three stood before the medicine cabinet, Bai Jiyu volunteered, "Let me open it." Yet Chu Sheng, his eyes full of doubt, put out a hand to stop him. "I just have a feeling it's too convenient. Let me handle it." He calmly stepped forward and inserted the key into the lock. The very moment the lock clicked open, a ghastly presence appeared from the cabinet. "How many years has it been since someone finally opened this dust-covered medicine cabinet?" Bai Jiyu jumped in alarm. "Oh no!" The lock was hiding a ghastly presence. An unexpected shield appeared, blocking the ghastly presence's attack. It was utterly stunned. The system exclaimed, "Immunity successful!" The monstrous attack. It was just a single blow, but it failed to kill. Bai Jiyu, unfortunately injured on his face, worriedly asked Chu Sheng, "Are you all right?" Chu Sheng furrowed his brow. "I'm fine. It seems the dangers within the ghost domain are indeed hard to guard against. The head nurse handed you that key. Pretty sure you wouldn't make it out alive, especially after opening this cabinet door." The scene just now made Mrs. Ni gape, thinking to herself, even the fierce ghost lurking here couldn't kill Chu Sheng. Only someone with immense power could pull that off. This kid is definitely no simpleton. He must be a hidden master. From now on, I'd better just obediently listen to him. Chu Sheng quickly achieved his objective. Got it. Time to head back and rest. Tomorrow, we feast. On the second day, an alarm suddenly blared. "Time for breakfast!" "In 20 minutes. Everyone head to the dining hall for your meal." Chu Sheng opened his eyes, a sleepy expression on his face. Mrs. Ni was strangely polite, offering him a face towel with both hands. "Young Master Chu, please wipe your face." Chu Sheng wasn't surprised in the least, reaching out to take it. "Looks like she's finally come to her senses." "All right, madam, if you just behave and listen, I won't make things difficult for you." She bowed deeply and replied, Yes, I understand. Whatever young Master Shao commands, I shall do." He gracefully stepped off the bed. He said decisively, "Let's go. To the dining hall." Madame Ni puzzled. "The announcement said we should go to the dining hall in 20 minutes? He coldly explained, "Go there first. I have something to attend to." Upon arrival, Madame Ni raised her hand to introduce, "This is the dining hall. We begin eating precisely on time. Every single day, anyone who arrives late or dares to complain about the food will be punished. Xiao Sheng's lips subtly curled upward. He was rather curious about the kitchen's location. Madam Ni promptly pointed inside. It's right next door. Clenching his fists, he boldly strode towards the kitchen. You wait here, madam. I'm going to take a look at the kitchen. Madam Ni frantically tried to dissuade young Master Xiao. The head chef is utterly brutal, and he has quite a fiery temper. What on earth are you going there for? Xiao Sheng raised a hand, signaling, I'm just going to see if he's done cooking yet. As he stepped inside, he murmured to himself, Is this truly a kitchen? Inside, the head chef and a female ghost were busily preparing food. Strong, fishy stench assaulted him, making him instinctively cover his nose. He hadn't even fully stepped inside, and already he was hit by such a foul odor. The head chef irritably urged the female ghost onward. Hurry up! If it weren't for the lack of staff, I would never let a cowardly little demon like you assist. She was terrified, repeatedly muttering, Yes, sir. The chef plunged the knife into the table and roared, Yes, sir! What? Yes, sir! I've never seen a demon as cowardly as you. The more I look, the angrier I get. If it weren't for the fact that I can't kill demons, I'd really tear you to shreds. After observing the situation for a while, So Sin pondered. It seems I'll have to lure the chef away. With that, he dropped the floral oil onto the ground. This was the bottle of oil Demon Lyson had obtained from the system. Let's see if it's effective. The chef quickly smelled the aroma. He turned back and ordered, You keep working. I'm going out to check. Female demon immediately agreed. Drooling, the chef followed the scent. The smell is too good. It's definitely more fragrant than human flesh. So Sin seized the opportunity and leapt into the kitchen. The chance has come! The female demon jumped in surprise and exclaimed, You! Why are you? So Sin, emanating a fierce aura, pulled out his axe. Shut up! If you dare to utter a sound, I'll punch you to death right now! The female demon, with trembling hands, covered her mouth, not daring to make a sound. Just then, Chu Sheng took out a bottle of tranquilizers from his bag. Then, without hesitation, he poured it into the food pan, scoffing. The chef's cooking is simply awful. I'll just add a little more seasoning for him. Done with his task, he turned to warn the female ghost. Don't you dare tell the chef or I'll smash you to bits. Terrified out of her wits, she nodded frantically. Chu Sheng mused. This timid ghost, apart from being a tad spooky, is hardly ghostly in any other aspect. Mealtime arrived, and the grotesque ghosts began gathering at the dining hall. It's finally mealtime. They lavished praise on the chef's truly delicious, bloody meat dishes. One could eat it forever and never get tired. An irritable Yugi smacked a student hard on the head. Why are you rushing so much? Can't you see I'm struggling to walk? The student quickly backed away and helped him. I'll help you, sir. Lei Qi, who also got a smack, was startled. What are you standing there dumbfounded for? Go fetch some water for me to wash my hands. He struggled to sit up. Yes, I'm going to fetch the water now. As Lei Qi carried the basin of water towards the grotesque ghosts, he obsequiously addressed the old master. Please, sir, wash your hands, he thought bitterly. That old bastard. I served him all day. I've endured more hardship today than my entire life combined. Just wait until I become a ghost tamer. I'll come back and deal with that stubborn old man. Chu Sheng strolled leisurely, guided by Madam Ni. Young Master Chu, please come this way. A student exclaimed in shock. Am I seeing things? That ghostly creature just called Chu Sheng young master. Another friend chimed in. Is the ghost mad, or am I? Why is that ghost being so terribly polite to Chu Sheng? Madam Ni massaged Chu Sheng's shoulders and said kindly, Young Master Chu, you must be tired from waking up so early. Let me give you a shoulder massage. All eyes turned to stare at them. What? What in the world is this? A ghostly creature serving a human? Does Chu Sheng know magic? The student whispered. Luo Gay, that dirt poor guy. Chu Sheng tamed a ghostly creature. Chu Sheng frowned. I don't know how he did that. Right now, everyone here is just an ordinary person. Any ghost could kill us. That student speculated, there's only one possibility. The ghost Chu Sheng is taking care of is the weakest one here. He can't even beat ordinary people like us. Brother Lei nodded, sighing. This kid is truly lucky. He encountered a weak demon and managed to slay it. That might just increase his reward for clearing the trial. Outside, Tanvi's eyes widened and jaw dropped as she reported. A student entered the demon realm for the very first time, and even made a demon obediently submit. Well, I've certainly seen it all now. Madam frowned. Curiosity piqued. However, I'm still not sure what Suo Shang intends to do. Zhang Wen spoke up, his arms crossed sternly. Lord Demon Tamer, do you happen to know? I had a theory, but it's utterly wild, and no one has ever dared to try it. Just keep watching. With that, the Demon Tamer propped his chin, deep in thought. The clatter of the food cart echoed through the corridor. The head chef walked, shouting loudly, Time to eat. The food had barely been served before a chorus of complaints erupted. What is that stench? It's coming from the rice bin. A moment later, the steam from the freshly scooped bowls of food permeated the room. The peculiar aroma sent shivers down everyone's spines. The entire dining hall fell into a suffocating silence. The head chef shot a dagger-like glare around, declaring, "Eat your food!" The students continuously covered their noses and mouths, grumbling endlessly. This is supposed to be food? Even a toilet doesn't stink this bad. How are we supposed to eat this? Brother Lei was also utterly displeased. They truly don't see us as humans. Even pigs wouldn't touch this slop. Yet, the eccentric one was eating with gusto. So tasty, the chef's skill level has truly ascended to new heights. What a delicacy. Brother Lei froze in disbelief for 2 whole seconds. Delicious, you say? The eccentric one heartily praised. This breakfast is cooked exceptionally well. It has the scent of fresh young men. 1 bowl isn't enough. Give me another. It's been a while since I've had such a delightful meal. The students, eyes wide and mouths agape, wondered, "Delicious, huh? Is that even real? Could this breakfast be like stinky tofu? Smells terrible, but tastes amazing. Which brave soul among you dares to try a bite?" A young man volunteered, scooping a large spoonful into his mouth. "Let me. This old man here is starving. I'll taste it on behalf of everyone." He then squeezed his eyes shut and began to chew ravenously. Just a second later, he was retching his guts out. It was a total mess, more disgusting than anything imaginable. The eccentric one, seeing this, laughed with delight. "Oh, this is going to be good." The head chef stormed up to that guy and snapped, "What did you just say?" That guy immediately started trembling uncontrollably. The head chef grumbled, "You don't have to eat it. But you absolutely cannot say my cooking is terrible." The poor unfortunate soul quickly clasped his hands, begging for mercy. "I'm so sorry, head chef. I was wrong. Please, just this once, forgive me." The head chef completely ignored him, then hit his head with a ladle. Bonk! He then walked away as if nothing had happened. "I'm off to deliver breakfast to the head nurse. You lot, hurry up and eat." Half an hour later, breakfast was over. The trainees started whispering amongst themselves. So it turns out, criticizing the food is a definite way to violate this place's death rule. There's no escaping it. Thank goodness I held back and didn't taste it. But now I'm starving. If we don't eat the food here, what are we supposed to eat? Trainee panicked and bolted, screaming hysterically. This isn't some weak demon at all. It's clearly a terrifyingly powerful monster. "Help me!" Madame Nee suddenly appeared behind him, her voice like ice. "Didn't you want to capture me? What are you running for?" With that, her sharp nails pierced through his chest, grasping the student's heart. Blood dripped drop by drop. The student stammered, "So cold, my body is so cold. My heart feels empty too." Without a moment's hesitation, Madame Nee swung her arm, throwing the blood-soaked heart away. Chu Sheng frowned, impressed. This old woman is truly a master. Madame Nee walked up to Lei Jia, her voice sharp and stern. "Only you are left." Terrified, he offered Madame Nee a stack of money and pleaded, "Please don't kill me. I have Ming coins. I'll give them to you. Please spare me." Enraged, she pounced like a wild beast. "That's not enough to buy your life, you know." Lei Jia was so terrified he peed his pants and plopped onto the ground. Madame Nee covered her nose, her voice disdainful. "You useless thing! So scared you even peed your pants!" 20 minutes later, the tranquilizer and the food began to take effect. The ghoulish figures nodded off, so sleepy. They then slumped onto the table and fell asleep. "I'll just close my eyes for a bit. We've already waited for the chef to finish cleaning the cooking utensils. Let's go after, shall we?" Half an hour later, the students stirred restlessly. "Are all the demons asleep?" "What do we do next? Didn't the head chef say eating time was half an hour?" "Well, half an hour has already passed, so why hasn't the head chef returned yet?" Chu Sheng delightedly stood up. Full belly. Time for serious business. He swiftly summoned his demonic aura and that blood-soaked axe. A female student whispered, startled, "Chu Sheng, what are you doing here?" "Go back, quickly! Don't wake up the demons!" But he said nothing, just swung his axe and smashed it hard into the demon's head. Blood splattered everywhere, and that female student froze in her tracks. After snapping out of it, she shrieked. Chu Sheng kept chopping down, muttering 2 words, 80, job done. He calmly walked on. Dealt with that one, except the second one. A student jumped up, exclaiming, "Chu Sheng, what are you trying to do?" When he saw Chu Sheng raise his axe, he loudly shouted to stop him. Chu Sheng continued to swing his axe, not hesitating for a second. Several students sitting nearby gasped, "Chu Sheng is so fierce, so savage. Is he really going to smash all these demons to death? Why didn't we realize he had such massive guts before?" A friend quietly offered a guess. A hammer in his hand is definitely a demonic weapon. Otherwise, how could he possibly smash those ghosts to death? At this moment, outside, Danvi exclaimed in a slight panic, This Chu Sheng is insane. He's too crazy. I can only use the word berserk to describe him. Zhang Wen stroked his chin. It seems that ever since entering this ghost domain, when Chu Sheng went to the pharmacy, he had already begun setting everything up. His calculations are truly profound, the Spirit Master concluded. Seems my judgment was correct. Chu Sheng intends to wipe out all the supernatural beings here. No one has ever done such a thing in the Awakening trial. Meanwhile, Chu Sheng aggressively strode towards the ghosts. Finally, in the dining room, the hammer in Chu Sheng's hand whistled through the air and struck down like thunder and lightning. Done with the job, he sighed in relief. The system exclaimed, "You have killed all the patients of the nursing home." The hero received the title Demon-Slaying General. Special hint, the title Demon-Slaying General can help you maintain your sand stat at no lower than 50 in any situation. He rotated his shoulder joint and exclaimed, ASAN stat, huh? I heard this is a stat. In the main world exploration mission of the supernatural anomaly is an incredibly important personal quality for every ghost controller. Suo Sheng suddenly froze. Wait a minute, that's not right. Did I just kill the patients? He looked at Madame Ni, utterly confused. Aren't you also a patient here? She quickly clarified. Young master, I truly am not a patient of this nursing home. When the ghost domain descended, I accidentally ended up in this nursing home and even had a twilight romance with an old man here. Madame Ni whispered. Young master, I didn't mean to hide anything. I truly have no ill intentions. Fear enveloped her mind. Oh, this killing god. Please, for heaven's sake, don't get angry. I really don't want to get my head smashed in by a single hammer blow. Murmurs and chatter rang out endlessly. All the anomalies in the dining hall. They've all been smashed to death. I can't believe my eyes. Suo Sheng single-handedly wiped out this entire horde of anomalies? Doesn't this guy even know what fear is? The hospital loudspeaker blared. Attention all caretakers! All patients in the nursing home, the Twilight Nursing Home, have been completely eliminated. According to the rules of the ghost domain, once patients vanish, caretakers no longer have a reason to exist. Once the head nurse awakens, she will kill everyone. The students, after hearing that, shouted in panic. What? The head nurse wants to kill all of us? They reproached. What do we do now? Chu Sheng, are you trying to get everyone killed? Lei Gei chimed in. Exactly. Chu Sheng cannot be forgiven. He's responsible for all of this harm. Quickly, tie him up. They advanced resentfully towards Chu Sheng, continuously cursing him. This disaster was caused by you. You must take responsibility for everyone. Tie him up. Take him and hand him over to the head nurse to atone. Chu Sheng slowly turned his head, his voice icy. Anyone who dares to blather on for one more word, I'll rip out their heart right away. Madame Ni laughed gleefully. Let me see whose heart tastes better, shall we? Those students immediately paled. Chu Sheng swaggered past them, cursing, A bunch of lily-livered cowards! As she walked, Madame Ni said, Young Master Chu Sheng, going to find the head nurse now is far too dangerous. You just argued that the ghost domain reminded us. When the head nurse wakes up, she will kill everyone. That proves the head nurse had also eaten breakfast and fallen into a deep sleep. Chu Sheng gently pushed the door open and glanced inside. Inside, both the head chef and the head nurse were sound asleep, and Madame Ni couldn't hide her admiration. Young Master's foresight is divine. Both the head chef and the head nurse have already fallen unconscious. He quickly seized the opportunity, raised his hammer, then relentlessly pounded the head chef's head. Blood splattered everywhere. 5 minutes later, the system prompted, Side quest activated. After killing the head chef, there's no one left to cook for the patients in the nursing home. Please cook a delicious meal for the patients here. You must receive praise from at least one patient. He staggered to his feet, wiped his sweat, and exclaimed, I must say, that head chef was really tough to kill. Other strange creatures usually only take a dozen or so hammer swings. But this old geezer had to hammer him for a full 5 minutes straight. Incredibly thick-skinned. Without hesitation, he turned and shifted his target to the head nurse. All the patients have already been killed. This side quest is practically impossible to complete now. Furthermore, this side quest simply cannot be fulfilled. After all, how could a normal person possibly cook those kinds of rotten, stinking, putrid meals? I'm afraid the outcome will be that all those strange creatures will get dissatisfied. Then they'll all rush up and gang up to kill me. Suo Sheng raised his hammer high, muttering softly to himself. Honestly, every step in this ghost realm is downright terrifying. Everywhere you look, it's a death trap. Before he could even do anything, the head nurse woke up. Suo Sheng nearly leaped out of his skin. Oh no, she's awake! The head nurse's eyes went wide as saucers, her mouth agape as she shrieked. What are you doing? Not one to waste time. He immediately slammed the hammer straight into her head. The head nurse clutched her rapidly widening wound. Are you seriously trying to get yourself killed? Another hammer blow rained down on the head nurse's head, leaving her no time to react yet again. With just a flick of the head nurse's hand, Suo Sheng was sent flying far away, like a kite with a broken string. He landed with a thud, gritting his teeth. It's over! I really didn't expect the head nurse to wake up this early. Tan Wei, observing from outside, was utterly flustered. He's toast! Does Suo Sheng even stand a chance of surviving this? Zhang Wen replied without much thought. Not a chance in hell. Suo Sheng has done incredibly well. It's just a shame his luck is a bit terrible. The head nurse, seething with fury, stuck out her long, wriggling tongue. You already killed the head chef, didn't you? This damned human dares to disregard the rules of this place. He retorted sharply. Head nurse, I know my death is a certainty. I'm not afraid to die. My head falling off would only leave a scar the size of a bowl. Anyway, can you at least let me choose how I die? I chuckled gleefully. Looks like you know what's good for you. Go on, tell me, how do you want to die? Chu Sheng smiled meaningfully. The ghost replied, I want to die in pleasure. The female ghost shook her head, vehemently refusing. No, I don't, Chu Sheng confirmed again. You don't want to return to the Sunset Retirement Home? Her eyes wide. She nodded in agreement. He then suggested, I can help you stay in this world, but you'll have to do a few things. Are you willing to agree? You become my ghost familiar. That way, you can stay in this world. I guarantee I won't harm you. The female ghost didn't waste a second thinking. She agreed immediately. Chu Sheng was slightly stunned. Agreed so easily? This cowardly ghost seems a bit dim-witted. He stretched out his hand, ordering, Give me your soul item. Jing Wen's eyes widened in surprise. This kid wants to take in a ghost familiar too? Only anomalous ghosts that possess a soul item can be taken in as a ghost familiar. However, the probability of an anomalous ghost having a soul item is 1 in 1,000, and the spirit must agree 100% for it to work. Extremely difficult. Tan Wei couldn't hide his shock. He hadn't even become a true ghost master yet, but he's already taken in a ghost servant. This has never happened before. On Chu Sheng's side, the female ghost pulled a box from her pocket and handed it to him. Chu Sheng stared at the box, utterly disbelieving. A pencil case? Can this really be a life-bound object? The spirit's life-bound object. Usually, isn't it something like a bone or a cursed weapon? However, no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't open it. Chu Sheng resolutely bit hard into his fingertip. Whatever, I'll just accept this ghost servant first. A stream of dark red blood flowed down onto the female ghost's box. Immediately, the surrounding air glowed brightly, as if an invisible contract had been sealed. Tan Wei excitedly yelled, It's a success! It really worked. Chu Sheng has made history. Zhang Wen exclaimed in admiration. He's truly a student of our school. This kid has brought such glory to the academy. Tan Wei, surprised, turned his gaze towards the Ghostmaster. Lord Ghostmaster, why do you look so worried? His eyes glowed crimson as he mused. A Ghostmaster's entire life can only ever sign a contract with one ghost servant. He looked at her as she nodded, eyes wide and mouth agape. That's right. How could I forget about this? Chu Sheng has taken in a spirit servant as timid as a rabbit, completely useless, and utterly lacking in combat power. So isn't that just a pointless endeavor? Zhang Wen sighed dejectedly. The beginning was so promising. Yet, how did this kid make such a terrible move in the end? What a pity! Chu Sheng cheered, brimming with elation. It's a success! What a miraculous feeling! In an instant, the female spirit transformed into a plume of green smoke. Slowly, it was drawn into his body, as if completing a ritual. Chu Sheng delightedly touched his chest, feeling it. My, what a timid little thing. So eager to hide inside my body already. Then, he seriously began to calculate. The duration of Heaven-Born Rebel was down to just 1 day. How convenient. Everything will be resolved within that 1 day. The plan is going smoothly. Tan Wei expressed his opinion. I suddenly realized all of Chu Sheng's footage. I'm afraid it can't be broadcast publicly. Zhang Wen also agreed. Indeed, Chu Sheng's awakening trial. It's simply not something that can be imitated. No one can be like Sheng Chu, facing danger again and again without being killed by the ghoul. If this kind of video gets out, it will only mislead people, making them think exploring the ghoul domain is as easy as clearing a game level, leading to more innocent deaths. Tan Wei enthusiastically proposed this just 1 day ago, with 2 days left until the trial ends. Let's just film other students. He agreed and immediately put it into action. Let's watch Kai Ji. Both her parents are ghoul suppressors. She must have prepared thoroughly this time. She'll surely put on a spectacular show. The screen quickly displayed an image of Kai Ji, kneeling and servilely fawning before a ghoul. Oh, master, I'll massage your legs. Just consider me your grandchild, and I'll do any tiring or dirty work. That action made Zhang Wen freeze, speechless. Tan Wei sighed exasperatedly. After watching Sheng Chu, everyone else is just so boring. 2 days later, as both relaxed, Bai Ji Yu shared, "I can't believe the trial could be this easy. Now, I don't even want to leave." Madame Ni approached and reported to young Master Chu. There are only 5 minutes left until the end. He bolted upright, his eyes tinged with regret. Still not knowing her name, she looked at him and smiled faintly. "My name is just a pseudonym. Just call me Madame Ni, that'll do." Chu Sheng nodded. "All right, Madame Ni. I hope we meet again someday." A second ago, the sky was still bathed in sunlight. The next second, the sky was pitch black, as if I had painted it with ink. Chu Sheng looked up in astonishment. "What's going on? Why is it so dark?" In midair, a deep, swirling black hole clearly manifested. Madame Ni trembled and stammered. "This aura. This is the director of the Sunset Glow nursing home. They're here." Chu Sheng frowned and yelled, "What?" She collapsed to her knees as if all her strength had left her. "You destroyed this demon domain. You killed the staff, the head nurse of the Sunset Glow nursing home. The director wants to personally come and kill you." Bai Gu's face turned ashen. She hugged herself. "It's too terrifying. I can feel my soul trembling uncontrollably." At this moment, a thick, gloomy aura gushed forth from the fiery red eye. A voice filled with bitter hatred resounded. "Damn humans! Your crimes are unforgivable." Zhang Wen, observing from outside, immediately exclaimed. The other students were trembling with fear, waiting for it to end. As for Chu Sheng, he lay calmly, ignoring the world for 2 whole days. Truly, comparing oneself to others only drives one mad with frustration. The sky suddenly went berserk. Thunder roared and lightning flashed incessantly. Zhang Wen looked up in shock. "What is this? Where did this black mist come from?" Tan Wei turned frantically to the ghost suppressor. It looks like a ghost domain has descended. The entire nursing home is enveloped. "Sir Ghost Suppressor, what exactly is happening?" He pondered, analyzing. "This aura, it's a descending ghost domain. How can one place have 2 descents? I've never heard of a situation like this." Zhang Wen's worry was clear. There are still hundreds of students inside. What are the kids going to do? The ghost suppressor quickly unleashed his soul fire. "I will try to break the ghost domain." Tan Wei quickly realized. This is soul fire. Only ghost suppressors, who have trained for ages in the supernatural world, can possess such a thing. No wonder he's a supervisor. This sir is incredibly powerful. The gigantic soul fire blazed fiercely. The ghost suppressor swung his arm, throwing it powerfully at the director. However, it was very quickly extinguished by the director. Zhang Wen couldn't believe his eyes, shouting, "It was extinguished just like that?" The ghost suppressor, his eyes burning red, exclaimed, "This sudden black mist is not simple at all. It contains terror. Immediately call the Ghost Suppressor Alliance." On Chu Sheng's side, he frowned, counting down. Only 2 minutes left. The dean, hovering above him, furiously yelled, "How do you want to die? As a puddle? Or be flayed, your bones extracted and dismembered?" At this, he was so terrified he couldn't stand straight. "Chu Sheng, I can't take it anymore. It's too terrifying." Before he could even finish his sentence, he had already passed out cold. Chu Sheng glanced over. "Scared unconscious, huh? Mental resilience score plummeted to 0 already?" Receiving no reply, the dean declared, "Oh, not talking now, are we? In that case, I shall grant you the most agonizing death. I guarantee you'll regret it. Ever being born into this world." Chu Sheng clenched his fists, glaring at him. "Seriously, stop trying to scare people already." The dean, utterly stunned, asked back, "What did you just say?" "You can't manifest your true body right now," he scoffed. "You're just relying on scaring me to make my mental resilience score plummet to 0, thereby achieving your goal." He replied, "A clever human brat, as expected. No wonder you could destroy a branch of the Sunset Nursing Home. Your mental resilience score doesn't need to drop to 0. It just needs to be below 30. Then I can drag you to my side, where you'll become my specimen to torture at will." Suo Sheng said in a sarcastic tone, "Well then, I guess I'll have to disappoint you." The dean angrily shot out a beam of red light. "You have no idea about my terror." She blinked in terror and shouted, "This is the dean's unique skill. Huyet Kuang Chi Tai. Once caught in its grasp, you'll fall into a terrifying scene akin to hell." Suo Sheng's entire body trembled as he spoke each word. Huyet Kuang Chi Tai. This is truly amazing. Watching the students emerge one by one, Zhang Wen breathed a sigh of relief. It's over. They've all made it out. It seems the final incident didn't cause any problems, the 3 boys exclaimed, sobbing profusely. "I'm alive. I almost died in there. I never want to enter that demon realm again for the rest of my life." Zhang Wen immediately raised his hand, signaling for silence. "Next, the most important awakening phase for you all is about to begin," he declared loudly. "Whether you can become a demon controller or not, is determined by your demon-controlling ability. How you awaken yours. Suo Sheng poked the skeleton repeatedly with his finger, whispering softly, "Wake up! You're about to awaken your ability." Hearing the words, awakening, I instantly sprang up like a spring, shouting, "That nearly scared me to death just now. I thought we weren't going to make it." Taiji. Just then, Taiji happened to pass by, saw the scene, and burst out laughing. "Look at you two pathetic cowards. It's already over, yet you're still shaking like leaves." He walked over, slapped Chu Sheng hard on the shoulder, and scoffed. "So, Chu Sheng, how many times did you wet your pants in there?" Chu Sheng gave him a half-lidded glance, his voice as flat as ice. "Get lost. There's no dog food around here for you." He gritted his teeth and growled, "How dare you insult me?" Suddenly, a sharp, cold female voice echoed from behind, each word a direct slap to Taiji's face. "So what if he cursed you out? You deserved it." That was Ziyi. She asked Chu Sheng with concern, "How was your trial?" Chu Sheng, a man of few words, replied with a terse, "It's fine." Ziyi leaned in and offered a comforting smile. "Even if you didn't do well, it's okay. Just being alive is good enough." She repeated the same old line. "From now on, be my slave, and I'll protect you." In midair, a screen suddenly appeared. It immediately captured the attention of all the students. They whispered in disgust. "The rankings for this trial will be out soon. The ranking position will determine the strength of one's spirit-controlling ability. And for those of us who awakened, the top 2 spots definitely belong to Jingzi and Taike." Taike smugly declared, "I, Taike, am not weaker than anyone. I will absolutely be first place." The results are in. First place, Chu Sheng, 120%. Second place, Jingzi, 67%. Third place, Zhang Baigu, 51%. Fourth place, Taike, 34%. Taike couldn't believe her eyes and shrieked, "What? Chu Sheng got first place?" The students started murmuring. Exactly. How could Chu Sheng get first place? More importantly, look at Chu Sheng's completion rate. 120%? What the heck is that? Exactly. The highest completion rate for a spirit domain is supposed to be 100%, isn't it? How could it exceed 100%? The other students also continuously exclaimed, "Absurd! This is ridiculous! Chu Sheng's completion rate is more than double Jingzi's? How could a poor nobody like him, whose family has no spirit controllers and didn't even hire a tutor, have such a high completion rate?" Furious, Taike raised her hand and yelled, "Principal, there's been a mistake. This data must be wrong. Please double-check it." Jiang Wen gently replied, "The exploration rate of the ghost domain has reached 120%. Even I find it hard to believe. However, the data is automatically generated by the ghost domain, so there are definitely no errors." Z, surprised, turned to Chu Sheng. "How did you achieve such a high completion rate?" He replied with a playful scoff, "Isn't it something anyone with hands can do?" The students buzzed like a disturbed beehive. "I'm about to awaken my ghost-taming talent. Heavens, please bless me. Please let me awaken a powerful talent," exclaimed a male student. After awakening his talent, he angrily shouted, "What is this? I can eat an extra kilogram? My awakened talent is to eat an extra kilogram of rice at crucial moments? How absurd!" Another unlucky female student exclaimed, "Your talent isn't necessarily absurd. Mine is even more ridiculous. I awakened the talent, encounter a ghost, and I pee." She slumped to the ground, crying silently. "If I meet a ghost, I collapse on the spot. There's a certain chance the pungent smell will make the ghost run away. I'm going to cry myself to death." Jiang Wen, seeing this, sighed heavily. As expected, the innate talents most students awaken are completely useless. Screen displays. Taiji awakened an A-rank innate ability. Spectre Information Perception. Jiang Wen burst out laughing delightedly. "Excellent, Taiji. Truly a worthy descendant of the veteran exorcist. Awakening an A-grade talent. This Spectre Information Perception talent, although not a combat ability, in the Spectre realm, it can greatly increase one's chances of survival." All eyes turned to the screen. He awakened an A+ grade innate ability, Body Immobilization Spell. Jiang Wen clapped his hands. Who would have thought it's an A+ grade talent? It's been a long time since our academy had a student with such a high-tier talent. The exorcist marveled. "The body immobilization spell. This is a powerful combat ability." After a late-stage exorcist strength increases, relying on the body immobilization spell, they can kill any ordinary specter. Easy giggled delightedly, looking at Chu Sheng. "So aren't you impressed with me now?" Chu Sheng froze as a fierce aura suddenly erupted from him. It seemed even he didn't understand what was happening. He reflexively brought his hands to cover his eyes and cried out, "What is this? It's too blinding." The ghost controller was completely surprised by the sight. "An S-rank talent?" Jiang Wen gasped. "What? An S-rank talent? I'm not mistaken. It's truly an S-rank talent." Chu Sheng is about to make history for Star Academy students. Tanwei heard it, as if struck by lightning. "This is the first time I've ever seen a ghost controller with an S-rank talent. A ghost controller. S-rank talents are all formidable figures in their own regions within the aberrant world. The screen displayed dazzling text. Chu Sheng has awakened an S-rank talent ability. Spirit coin critical return. A student, eyes wide and mouth agape, exclaimed, "Spirit coin critical return? What kind of talent is this?" The students began to speculate, taking the words at face value. That means after each ghost domain ends, when the rewards are calculated, it can give some extra spirit coins? Normal ghost domains always reward spirit coins. Even if he gets a 10x critical hit, receiving just 10 spirit coins, that's only 100 spirit coins in total. What's the point of that? Taiji sneered. What S-rank talent? This is clearly just a trash talent. Zhang Wen's throat went dry. Ghost Controller Lord, is your S-rank talent really just this? Tanwei sighed. From what I know, the S-rank talents of other ghost controllers are truly heaven-defying. In comparison, Chu Sheng's talent seems, well, quite ordinary. After all, anyone can receive underworld coins. Indeed, everyone can more or less receive underworld coins. It truly doesn't seem to fit the title of an S-rank talent. However, if the quantity changes, the quality will change as well. If the amount of underworld coins Chu Sheng's talent generates is astonishingly high, it could truly change many things. A sound echoed throughout the space. Talent Awakening concluded, commencing the settlement of Ghost Domain trial rewards. Each student system began chiming with reception notifications. Underworld coins. Each person's count is 0. A curious student chirped. The main point isn't us. It's about how many rewards Chu Sheng received. Chu Sheng's system chimed, based on your outstanding performance in the Ghost Domain, awarding 18 Underworld coins. Activating a 10,000-fold critical hit. Congratulations. You have received 18,000 Underworld coins. His lips curled up slightly. Nice. A 10,000-fold critical hit. 18,000 Underworld coins. I'm rich. A powerful aura surged within him as he thought. Used in conjunction with the Hacktoon self-service mall, it's truly impeccable. You can buy any ability you want, even those S-rank talents you all thought were trash. From my perspective, it's even stronger than any other talent. A friend whispered, Xiaoxing doesn't even look like he's in the mood to talk. The girl next to him chimed in. If I had awakened even one S-rank ability, I'd naturally be ecstatic, yet it only gave me some Ming coins. I probably couldn't handle this bittersweet shock either. A pat on the shoulder made Xiaoxing jump and turn around. Tu Yi smiled comfortingly. Lighten up. You're a born slave, you know. If things don't work out, just submit to me. Without a word, Xiaoxing unexpectedly reached out and gave her cheek a really painful pinch. A ghost user announced, "The awakening trial is now over. Even if you awaken, powerful ghost user abilities or not, this is merely your starting point. Whether you can become a truly formidable ghost user in the future, the more crucial thing is to train in the ghost domain. Although the ghost domain is perilous, it can also make you all much stronger. Remember this saying, the truly strong are those who emerge from training in the ghost domain." Zhang Wen thumped his chest and shouted loudly, "After this awakening trial, awakened practitioners, you are already future ghost exorcists. From now on, each of you must bear the heavy responsibility of eradicating anomalies and spirit realms, contributing to the survival and sustainable future of humanity." He smiled benignly. "All right, everyone get on the vehicles and return to the academy. In 3 days, we will arrange for you to explore and eliminate anomalies. You'll receive corresponding contribution points for your efforts. Once your contribution points reach a certain milestone, you can enter the main world of anomalies and become true ghost exorcists." The vehicle rolled forward, turning onto pitch-black roads, not a single light to be seen. The rumbling engine shattered the silence. Inside the vehicle, Chu Sheng suddenly remembered Bai Ji-yu. He forgot to ask what talent Bai Ji-yu had awakened. Bai Ji-yu, sweating profusely, gave an awkward smile and replied, "It's nothing special. No need to tell me now. You'll find out when the time comes." After returning, Chu Sheng immediately flopped onto his bed. The 3 days in the spirit realm had completely drained his mental energy, especially during those few minutes when the director of the Sunset Hospice made their appearance. He nearly couldn't hold on. Stepping outside, he felt utterly exhausted. He needed to catch some Z's first. The demoness suddenly darted out, causing him to widen his eyes in utter astonishment. Xiaoxing wondered why she was here. She didn't reply. She merely pointed towards the bed, a fleeting look of bewilderment on her face. He asked again, "You want to sleep with me?" She nodded. Xiaoxing sighed in resignation. "Fine, I'm not taking off my clothes. Let's just sleep together." He tossed and turned all night. Seriously, his first time sleeping with a woman, and she's a demoness. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, signifying the dawn of a new day. Yet, in the small room, one human and one demoness were still embracing. Fast asleep, outside the door, Bai Ji-yu yelled loudly, "Xiaoxing, wake up! Wake up!" Receiving no answer, He opened the door and burst in on Xiao Sheng. "What time is it? And you're still sleeping?" Xiao Sheng was still calmly asleep, not even stirring. He jolted awake and asked, "When you came in, did you see anything on my bed?" Bai Ji scratches his head, bewildered. "See what? No, there's nothing here. I don't see a thing." Chu Sheng stretches lazily. His voice still thick with sleep. He asks, "What's the rush?" Bai Ji immediately retorted, "It's not morning anymore. It's already noon. And I've got fantastic news. The school's spirit artifact shop has opened." As he put on his shirt, Chu Sheng confirmed, "The spirit artifact shop?" Bai Ji replied vaguely, "After we become future Ghostmasters, we'll periodically have to venture out and deal with all sorts of ghostly anomalies. That's why the school opened the spirit artifact shop. We can buy some spirit artifacts there to deal with the anomalies." Chu Sheng excitedly clapped his shoulder. "Now, this is good news. Let's go check it out." Crowds flocked to the spirit artifact shop, everyone eager with anticipation. But just a few minutes later, curses echoed throughout the shop. "Who can even afford these things?" All that waiting for nothing. I even thought that this time, when we enter the ghost realm, I'd be able to snag another protective spirit artifact. During the last awakening trial, I only received 5 underworld coins. So if I want to buy a single spirit artifact, do I have to enter the ghost realm 200 times? Isn't this just absolutely hilarious? Old man Tian grumbled irritably. "What in the world is all this racket about? If you're not here to buy, then scram already." Xiao Zi, standing beside him, gently reminded, "Old man Tian, playing around with these children like this is really not appropriate." Old man Tian immediately retorted, "Appropriate or not, what's that supposed to mean? These students nowadays are far too pampered. Before their awakening trial even begins, they've practically never even seen a single ghost. Not one of them considers how to conquer the Guiyu or how to grow stronger within the Guiyu, do they? Instead, all they want to do is take the easy way out. Today, I merely want to show them that this shortcut is far from an easy path." Zhao Zi sighed, a picture of helplessness, and blurted out, "Honestly, I'm at my wit's end with you. You're pushing 80 for crying out loud." Old man Tian's voice deepened. "Furthermore, I had to shed blood just to refine these few Gi-Chi. Out there, even 5,000 Ming coins wouldn't be enough to snag one. Here, one item for 1,000 is practically a steal." Xiao Zi rolled his eyes, scanning the surroundings. "What difference does it make?" he muttered. "After all, nobody can actually afford them anyway." Someone gasped in shock. "Seriously? That expensive?" "The cheapest item here costs at least 1,000 mintei." At this moment, Chu Sheng was drawn to a demonic artifact on the shelf. "This demonic artifact? Why does it feel different from the hammer I got at the sanatorium? It feels much weaker." Old man Tian tilted his head and nodded. "You're not mistaken, kid. These aren't genuine demonic artifacts. They're just imitations." He chuckled faintly. "Compared to the real deal, they're much weaker. Genuine ones are worth a spirit controller's life and fortune, you know. So how could they possibly be sold? And even if they were, how could they only cost 1,000 mintei?" Baigu's eyes went wide. "If they're not genuine, what's the point of buying them?" Old man Tian huffed softly. "Just because they're not the real deal, does that make them unusable? Who told you such a thing?" He frowned and explained. "These imitations have also been infused with yin energy, so they're single-use items. They can be used against a ghost once, and at a critical moment, they might just save your life." Bai Ji was stunned. "It can only be used once, yet it costs a whopping 1,000 Ming coins. Who could possibly afford to buy that?" Here, the number of people who even have 10 Ming coins is quite small, actually. Old Tian burst out laughing sarcastically. "Of course you can't buy it. Today, I only opened my shop for you little brats to look at. You can stare, but you can't buy. Now go back to the ghost realm and work harder." IGU leaned close to Chu Sheng's ear. This old man clearly has some issues. Old Tian waved his hand and commanded, "All right, time to pack up and close the shop." However, Chu Sheng raised his hand to stop him. He slammed the table and loudly declared, "I'll take all these replica items." Old Tian was momentarily stunned. "What did you just say?" He crossed his arms and repeated in a low voice, "I said, I'll take all these replica items, ring them up for me." However, he put on a disdainful expression and waved his hand, shooing him away. "Scram, scram! Go play somewhere else." Chu Sheng didn't bother with any more words. He unceremoniously threw a wad of money onto the table, much to everyone's astonishment. Old Tian broke out in a cold sweat. You really have it?" "You're confidently negotiating this for 8,000 underworld coins. One hand for the payment. The other hand receives the goods. I'll take all 8 of these simulated ghost artifacts." Chu Sheng burst out laughing. "Old Tian, you're looking mighty smug right now. It took a great deal of effort to refine these ghost artifacts, and yet you're selling them so cheaply to this young lad." Old Tian's curiosity was piqued. "Where did you get so many underworld coins?" "This amount of money even a seasoned ghost controller wouldn't find it easy to earn. Which family's ghost controller are you? Do your parents know how much money you've spent like this, huh? Chu Sheng retorted. Old Tian, asking questions like these, does that mean you're going to give me a discount? With his pipe still in his mouth, he immediately refused. Saying this, Old Tian carefully placed each ghost artifact into a box, his voice full of regret. It's a shame. I haven't even refined this many ghost artifacts for my own granddaughter yet. Chu Sheng smiled brightly and thanked Elder Master Tian. If there are any new items in the future, I'll still come by to support your business. As Chu Sheng left, Old Tian exhaled a puff of smoke and muttered, That kid really took advantage of me, even showed off his skills. Yet I still ended up having to thank him. The young lad scoffed. What people say isn't wrong, old man. Just consider it a contribution to humanity. Just think of it this way. Then wouldn't everything become clear and make perfect sense? Old man Tian replied bitterly. Understand, my ass. I really lost 30,000 Ming coins. Just compensate me? Then I'll be enlightened. He chased him to the door and asked for Chu Sheng's name. Not bothering to turn back, he simply replied, Chu Sheng. However, he misheard it as Beast. This name certainly suits that brat's personality. That's it, old man. I've finally understood a little bit now. Kaige was also heading to the store, and his classmate walking with him smiled, asking Kaige, Did you really gather enough Ming coins? He smirked and replied, Of course. I asked my parents for it, but they only contributed 1,000 Ming coins, just enough to buy one demonic artifact. Another classmate exclaimed, 1,000 Ming coins is a huge sum. No wonder Kaige's family is truly wealthy. That other classmate wondered, Taiji, this ghost artifact is selling for 1,000 underworld coins. That's quite steep. Isn't that a bit of a ripoff? Taiji sneered. What do you buffoons know? My dad already said, true ghost artifacts can only be stumbled upon, never sought. Even mere replicas should cost at least 5,000. 1,000 underworld coins is actually quite a steal. She then pulled out her own ghost artifact and continued speaking. Have you guys seen this ghost artifact in my hand? It makes even other replicas look shoddy. Still, it's just a replica, albeit one imbued with a touch of yin energy. My dad had to shell out 2,000 just to get this one. Taiji then pulled out a wad of cash and imperiously called out to the shop owner. Give me a ghost artifact. Old Tian yelled back from behind the counter. None left. All sold out. Taiji's face turned purple. All sold out! Are you seriously messing with me? Her companion chimed in. Exactly. In this entire academy, besides me, Taiji, who else could possibly afford them? Old Tian waved his hand as if shooing flies. There's a student named Chu Sheng. He bought all the ghost artifacts. Now you kids, scram! Stop making a ruckus here. Taiji stomped off. Yet Chu Sheng actually went after him. As they walked, his classmate kept blabbering, Is Taiji for real or just faking it? Could that penniless guy really buy demonic artifacts? Taiji sneered. Are you dense or something? Did you forget what Chu Sheng's awakened talent is? Oh, the other classmate pondered, experiencing a minor existential crisis. Underworld currency. Things are returned with critical hits. Could that punk have gotten a massive pile of underworld currency? A mocking grin played on Taiji's lips as he spoke with disdain. That's the only possibility. He has no connections, just a good-for-nothing who awakened a garbage talent. Does he really deserve to have these demonic artifacts? Chu Sheng and Bai Ji Yu confidently strode down the street. Taiji and his two buddies came rushing over, yelling loudly, Chu Sheng, stop right there. Bai Ji Yu instantly surmised that Taiji's group must have already known he'd bought the demonic artifacts. Chu Sheng replied coolly, Just ignore them. Taiji, absolutely livid, bellowed, You damn fool, are you deaf? I told you to stop. Didn't you hear me, huh? So Sin turned back, challenging, Who the hell are you and why should I listen to you? The classmate accompanying Tai County grumbled angrily at So Sin. So you bought a few imitation items and you think you're hot stuff, huh? How dare you speak to Tai Gay like that? The other guy scornfully reminded them. It seems you don't realize that simulated spectral energy only works on anomalies and has no effect on humans, right? Tai County brazenly ordered. I don't need to waste words on you, and I'm not asking for much. Just give me half of it. So Sin, annoyance clear on his face, asked him for a reason. Tai County shrugged and scoffed. Why, you ask? It's very simple. Thanks to my extraordinary innate ability to perceive information about spectral beings, covertly eliminating someone. Isn't that just ridiculously simple? So Sin's face flushed crimson as he bit out each word. You want to kill me? He arrogantly replied, We'll see if you're sensible and know what's good for you. Later, when we go on missions, I might still look out for you a bit. Without a single qualm, Chu Sheng swung his hand straight at Kaiji's face. He choked, his eyes flaring with rage. Chu Sheng smirked dismissively, drawing a weapon from his bag. Kaiji couldn't hold back, charging forward. Damn it! I already warned you. That imitation stuff won't work on people, you know. Chu Sheng brought his axe down without a moment's hesitation. The force of the strike, like a divine blow, left Kaiji in a dire state. His two classmates were too stunned to speak. Kaiji decisively pulled out his ghost weapon and roared furiously, "Go on, smash it to death. I'll cover the cost." Chu Sheng raised his axe, challenging, "Try touching me, I dare you." The two friends recoiled in fear. That ominous aura is real. That axe, could it not be an imitation? Only a true ghost weapon can harm people. How could he possibly have the real thing? Kaiji lunged like a hungry tiger, cursing, "Die you!" However, with just one swing of Chu Sheng's hand, Kaiji's ghost weapon shattered to pieces. Kaiji, dizzy, cried out, "It broke! My ghost weapon was shattered!" Chu Sheng's aura flared, his voice sharp and cold. Had enough yet? Kaiji's two friends gaped, their eyes wide. That's truly terrifying. It feels like this Chu Sheng guy genuinely wants to kill someone. Taiji gritted his teeth, feeling powerless. "I concede," he admitted. "I'm impressed by Suo Sheng." Taiji ground out in a low voice. "I don't care if you're truly impressed or just faking it. Right now, everyone here is a quasi-demon suppressor. We both understand the brutality of the demon realm. No one here is a pushover." He turned and walked away, not forgetting to issue a warning. "Next time you dare to provoke me again, you're dead, got it?" Suo Sheng stared intently at the blood-soaked demonic axe in his hand, muttering to himself. "All demonic artifacts from the demon realm can be brought out. They say demonic artifacts are also divided into ranks. I wonder what rank this axe is, As for Taiji, he was in a sorry state. He couldn't walk on his own and needed support. His worried companion quickly asked, "Taige, are you all right?" He bitterly grumbled, "I'm this old, and my dad has never laid a hand on me. If I don't utterly destroy him, then I'm not Taiji. My dad, my grandpa, they wouldn't carry the Tai surname if I didn't get him back." The Han City Academy bus rolled slowly through the quiet night, its students chatting animatedly. "I heard the mission location. This time, all the missions are within the city?" Another classmate nodded. "Exactly. What's more, we're cooperating with the Exorcism Agency to eliminate the anomalies invading the city." Zhang Wen grandly announced that they had arrived at the mission location. "All trainees, line up neatly. Next, Captain Su Yu will assign tasks to everyone." He raised his hand in a greeting. "Hello, future demon hunters. I am Zhu Ye, captain of the Exorcism Agency in Han City." Zhu Yue confidently began to explain. "Everyone knows that to prevent demons from invading the city, Han City used demon-suppressing materials to construct a colossal city wall on which a series of demon-warding formations were also carved. However, outside the city, demons are plentiful. A portion of them still manage to infiltrate the city. According to our intelligence, there are many demons hiding in the village ahead. Your mission today is to find them." He crossed his arms sternly. "Whoever performs well will not only receive more contribution points, but also get a chance to work at the Exorcism Agency." A classmate exclaimed in surprise. "The Exorcism Agency is a good job that guarantees income." Another trainee commented, "In the current human world, you either become a powerful demon hunter or a member of the Exorcism Agency. Only under the wing of the Demon-Slaying Bureau can one truly live safer than others." Shiori's stern voice echoed through the courtyard. "Time to move. These treacherous, cunning, and dangerous entities await, so everyone stay vigilant." As soon as he finished speaking, the trainees scrambled towards the mission point. Only Bai Ji Yu and Chu Sheng strolled along leisurely, with Bai Ji Yu chatting away as they walked. "Joining the Demon-Slaying Bureau has been my dream since childhood. This time, I really have to give it my all." The police officer looked puzzled. Then it dawned on him. "Team leader, look at that back." Xie Yu turned, confused. "What back?" The police officer pondered, then hypothesized. "Doesn't he resemble the young man who took down Kai Lao earlier?" Xie Yue's face instantly changed. He spun around, eyes locked on the grand gate. He excitedly confirmed, "It's definitely him. That's right. It's him. We finally found him." The police officer said to the team leader, full of regret, "He's already entered the village." Xie Yue leaped up, ordering, "Go quickly and bring him back." Walking along the path, Baigu's eyes darted around the village, considering how vast this city was. "Where do we even begin to look now? This is like finding a needle in a haystack," Chu Sheng proposed. "Let's just ask the villagers around here. If there are supernatural occurrences here, then there must be various strange incidents happening." Baigu's eyes lit up, clapping. "Right? Why didn't I think of that?" An old man sitting on the porch quickly caught their attention. Bai Ji Yu approached and inquired, "Excuse me, sir, may I ask a quick question? Have there been any strange occurrences around here lately?" The old man casually replied, "Strange occurrences, you say? Why, yes, people eating more than before. Does that count?" That answer left Bai Ji Yu a bit flustered. "Sir, let me be frank. Are there any ghostly or demonic disturbances happening here?" The old man chuckled dismissively. "No, not at all. Our Taizi village has He Shanggu's husband. He protects us, and he's even more formidable than an elder ghost exorcist, the old man explained. For ages now, Taizi Village has enjoyed good weather and peaceful lives for everyone. Chu Sheng found it peculiar. He, Xiangu's husband? Who is he? More formidable than an elder ghost exorcist? The old man propped himself up and stood while answering him. He, Xiangu's husband, is the village chief of Taizi Village. He can even invite deities to descend from the heavens. With that, the old man clasped his hands, entered the house, and said no more. I'm hungry. I'll eat first. Bai Chi Yu frowned. So, Xing, this old man seems quite normal. I can't detect anything unusual. Or perhaps we should go find the village chief, he, Xian's husband, and ask him. Suo Sheng immediately raised his hand to stop him. No rush. Let's check the old man's house first. He placed his hand on his chest and softly called out, Timid ghost, did you feel scared when you met this old man? She immediately appeared, nodding vigorously in agreement. Suo Sheng's expression turned serious. He deduced, her fear proves this old man has a problem. Taiji and his companions were standing nearby. One of them spoke up. Young Master Tai, is that the student? Radiating murderous intent, he instructed, That's him! Remember to thoroughly clean off that false ghost energy on him, and bring it all back to me. The two henchmen immediately obeyed and rushed quickly towards Suo Sheng. That kid went into the house. Perfect timing for us to make our move and follow him. They watched the old man clean out a stack of 8 bowls. Bai Ji Yu couldn't help but exclaim, He eats so heartily. In just a moment, he's already devoured dozens of bowls of rice. Suo Sheng turned to him, seeking his opinion. Do you still think this old man is normal? He immediately replied, Normal, my foot. Not even a pig could eat this much. Chu Sheng stepped forward, forcefully snatching the bowl of rice from the old man's hand, not allowing him to eat. The old man flew into a rage, shouting, Who dares disturb me while I'm eating? I'll kill them! Chu Sheng quickly released the rice bowl and instinctively stepped back. Gee, Grandpa, please eat slowly. I won't disturb you again. Ba Ji Yu concluded, Indeed, he's been infected by a malevolent spirit. Should we intervene? Chu Sheng replied, No, we don't need to. Report it to the exorcism agency and let them handle it. That's the safer option. Suddenly, someone swaggered in and opened the old man's door. It turned out they were Taiji's accomplices. Chu Sheng's face turned ashen as he demanded, Who are you people? One of them brazenly replied, We're here to kill you. Chu Sheng was stunned, asking, Kill him? Why would you want to kill me? The other two insolently replied in unison, That's none of your business. Ba Ji Yu was sweating profusely, reminding the two, Don't do anything foolish. The exorcism agency's people are right outside. If there's any commotion, they'll definitely find out. The two guys nonchalantly scoffed. Rest easy. To avoid alarming the Exorcism Bureau, we won't use our spirit-controlling abilities to kill you. Seeing this, Suo Sheng immediately pulled Baigu's hand and told him to run. Both of them frantically ran amidst a hail of bullets. Suo Sheng ran to the dining table and loudly reminded Bai Ji Yu, Hide behind the old man. One guy sneered, Are these two brats scared out of their wits? What good will hiding behind this old man do for you two? Suo Sheng frowned and warned them, Let me tell you something. My grandfather isn't someone you mess with. You'd best retreat right here, right now. You still have a chance to survive. Those two showed no scruples, firing repeatedly, Then I'll just kill your grandfather too. Gunshots rang out, non-stop, and gunsmoke filled the air. The rice bowl in the old man's hand shattered into pieces. The old man furiously slammed the table and stood up. You people disturbed my meal. Those two didn't stop, scoffing at the old man. The meal you're eating is your last before your execution. Dark energy began to emanate from his person. The old man's dark energy immediately enveloped the entire room. One guy urged them on. I'm done playing dead. Quickly deal with those two brats in a flash. The old man had transformed into a ferocious demon. Those two panicked and cried out, What is this? Another monster? What old man? That brat totally played us. The old man, like a wild beast, pounced towards those two students. They scrambled backward in fear, continuously screaming for him to get lost. However, the old man was completely unfazed and continued to lunge. Those two froze in their tracks. They shrieked, Stop! Ordinary bullets can't kill him. Use your demon-controlling abilities. A fierce surge of energy erupted from that student. In a flash, his body swelled up abnormally. His clothes couldn't withstand it, and ripped to shreds. With a cold expression, his remaining friend slowly took off his gloves. When the gloves were removed, a pair of giant bare hands appeared, as if they belonged to another creature. Eyes wide and mouths agape, these two are both future demon controllers. Their awakened talents are both transformation abilities. The muscular buddy jumped up and swung his arm towards the old man. The old man, with his wide mouth, quickly retreated to evade. After aiming precisely, the old man bit firmly into the student's arm. He couldn't pull his arm away in time. A gruesome crunch rang out as the old man yanked hard, tearing off the arm. That young man screamed in agony, pain reaching the heavens. As the old man gnawed on his arm, a spine-chilling crunching sound echoed. The other young man, seizing the moment the old man wasn't paying attention, leaped to attack from behind. Die already! The old man swung his arm with such force that he repelled the young man backward. Witnessing that scene, Bai Ji-yu couldn't help but exclaim, "How brutal!" He then sighed in relief. Good thing we didn't try to attack the old geezer earlier. The big-handed guy gritted his teeth. "This is bad! We can't win!" He quickly changed his target. "First, deal with Chu Sheng." The old man's large hand stretched out, grabbing that young man tightly, making it hard for him to breathe. The old man angrily roared, "Disturbing my meal? All of you shall die." Even though he had already lost an arm, that young man still gritted his teeth and roared, "I'll stake my life against you." However, he quickly found himself completely trapped in the old man's grasp. They struggled in vain. How could they possibly escape? Chu Sheng calmly stepped out. "I can save you all. Just tell me who wants to kill me." Two guys shrieked pitifully. "Hurry! Save us!" "You saved us, so I'll tell you everything." Chu Sheng, holding his hammer, lunged at the old man's head. Then, he brutally kicked the old man in the eye, making him flinch. The two students were astonished. Is that demonic energy? He possesses genuine demonic energy. Enraged, the old man bit down hard on the student's leg, making him scream in agony. "He hit you. Why are you biting my leg?" The old man was quickly defeated by Chu Sheng. The one-armed guy confessed, "It was Kai Ji. Kai Ji said his father hired us to kill you and steal your demonic energy." Bai Ji-yu furiously roared, "That beast Kai Ji! I can't believe he's so twisted." The one-legged guy lowered his voice. "I'm just kindly reminding you, Kaiji's parents aren't ordinary demon tamers. They're incredibly powerful and strong. It's best if you don't mess with Kaiji anymore." The guy cowered. "Everything that needed to be said has been said. According to our agreement, you can't kill us." He pleaded with hopeful eyes. "I believe you're a good student who keeps your promises." Chu Sheng waved them goodbye and walked away. "You're right. I am a good student. This time, I won't lay a hand on you two. But next time we meet, I'll definitely kill you both." After we left, Bai Ji-yu wondered, did we really just let them go like that? Those two actually whispered behind his back, "What an idiot." He easily let us go. The legless one maliciously scoffed. "Still too green. Once we've recovered from our injuries, we'll finish him off. We absolutely must acquire that genuine demonic aura." Just as he finished speaking, a hand slammed hard onto his shoulder. Chu Sheng smirked. "We meet again, gentlemen." Sweating profusely, the two asked, What do you mean?" Without a superfluous move, Chu Sheng drew his hammer. "I told you the next time we met, I would certainly kill you both." The two men were struck dumbfounded, as if by a bolt of lightning. "You can't do that!" Chu Sheng didn't care. With a single strike, he sent them both straight to the Western Pure Land. With the deed done, he solemnly called out, "They're all dead now. You can come out." The ghostess timidly floated out, hiding behind Chu Sheng's back. He stated coldly, "I can feel your desire for this demon. From now on, it belongs to you." The ghostess quickly covered her mouth. Shaking her head vigorously, Chu Sheng took her hand and led her away. "You're such a scaredy cat, aren't you? This monstrous demon has been killed." The female demon unconsciously repeated the two words, "Dead already." Then she sat down and absorbed a black aura from the old man's body. The black aura converged into a black gem. Lycott walked over, asking, "What is the timid demon doing?" So Sin replied, "I'm not sure anymore. It seems like she's extracting something from the demon's body." From the monstrous black gem in the female demon's hand, the figure of a man slowly appeared. It turned out to be the old man's memory. The man gravely said, "Your condition is critical now. Survival won't be easy." The old man grabbed his hand and pleaded, "Ha, Tien County Fu, you have divine methods. Please save me. I am only 70 years old. I can still father another child." Ha Tien County Fu handed him a stack of papers and said, "I can save you, but you must sign a symbiosis contract. From now on, your body will be shared with the deity." The old man seemed hesitant. His eyes wavered. Ha Tien emphasized, "You won't live for another month with this illness." The old man, terrified of death, immediately agreed to sign the contract. I'll sign right now." With that, he snatched the pen and hastily signed the contract without another thought. Seeing the flame on the contract, He Jian Ji Yu Fu's lips curved into a slight smirk. "Excellent. Congratulations on your new life." As soon as the flame extinguished, black smoke ceaselessly poured out, coiling tightly around the old man. A deafening explosion suddenly rang out, its sound shaking the entire room. The old man had completely transformed into a monster and continuously cried out, "I'm hungry!" He rushed like a madman towards He Xian Ji Yu Fu. At the same time, He Xian Ji Yu Fu's body also began to transform, his eyes glowing a terrifying red. He raised his long, grotesque arm high, his clothes torn to shreds. He Xian Ji Yu Fu pinned the old man's head to the floor and scolded him for his audacity, terrifying the old man to the extreme. Bai Ji-yu was stunned. This is the past, when the old man was still alive, and the symbiotic contract that Xian Ji-yu-fu forced him to sign. It's likely the reason he transformed into a monster. After that, the female demon opened her mouth and absorbed the black pearl. Xu Sheng clicked her tongue. This energy from a cowardly demon is quite good, she smiled with amusement. One can see images of the monsters she devours from when they were alive. Perhaps this is the innate talent of the supernatural. Bai Ji-yu quickly deduced the origin of the troublesome demons. The source of the chaos in this city's villages is Ha Xian Gufu. It's just unknown how many people he has transformed into demons. With that said, they quickly set off. Let's go find Ha Xian Gufu! Outside, the villagers gathered in a large crowd to witness the judgment of two demons. Ha Jiangufu furrowed his brow, feigning distress. Who would have thought our Taizi village truly has demons? How terrifying! Taiji turned and smiled reassuringly at him. Village Chief Ha, with demon tamers. Like us here, there's nothing to worry about. He raised his hand high to declare, Everyone, come with me to slay these two demons. The piteous screams of the two demons echoed throughout the space. Two students smugly exclaimed, This demon is truly easy to slay. This time, we'll probably earn quite a lot of contribution points. Hashan Gufu politely clasped his hands and bowed, addressing the students. Thank you for helping us eliminate the demons. I represent all the villagers in thanking you all. Taiji replied with a humble tone. Village Chief Ha, you're too polite. It's precisely because of your cooperation that we were able to successfully locate the two demons. After witnessing that scene, this peculiar bonesman began to question why Hashan Gufu would help everyone slay the evil spirits. Duo Sheng carefully analyzed, fearing he might be trying to deceive us. He's just going through the motions. After all, the exorcism agency's people are still outside. Meanwhile, Hashan Gufu meekly claimed, Young Master Tai has already found the evil spirits. The villagers are terrified as well. We'll head back first. Taiji waved his hand and replied, Very well, Village Chief Ha. You may return. We also need to bring the corpses of these two evil spirits back for handover. Hashan Gufu loudly called, Villagers, stop staring and head home now. At that very moment, Suo Sheng stepped out and stopped them, saying, Hold on, the real show has only just begun. Why are you leaving? Taiji turned, utterly bewildered. Suo Sheng? How can he still be here? Suo Sheng smirked. Taiji, aren't you just so surprised to see me? He hastily denied. I have no idea what you're talking about. Suo Sheng, done with words, lunged, grabbed his face, and cursed. Pretending. What the heck? Everyone present was utterly bewildered. What's going on? Suo Sheng hit Taiji. How dare he hit Taiji? Taiji, seething, clutched his face. Why haven't those two gotten rid of him yet? Suo Sheng walked away, his voice sharp. I'll settle scores with you later, Taiji huffed, his eyes brimming with smug satisfaction. Who's going to settle accounts with whom isn't set in stone yet? Master Hazian urged the bewildered villagers. What are you still doing out there? Let's head back. Chu Sheng called out from behind him. Village chief, what's the big rush? We haven't even finished off all the demons yet. He turned around, his tone utterly innocent, as if butter wouldn't melt in his mouth. Oh, you two students, you're a bit late to the party. Those two demons from earlier? Already taken care of. Two other students standing nearby spoke up in succession. Chu Sheng, we, along with Village Chief Ha's assistants, have completely wiped out all the demons in Taizi Village. There are no demons left here. It's pointless for you to try and keep the villagers around. Chu Sheng scoffed, then asked, What if you guys haven't quite dealt with everything cleanly yet? Taiji, that dancing clown, declared with absolute certainty, My A-grade innate talent is sensing demon information. I can tell you this much. There are absolutely no more demons here. He smirked confidently, telling Village Chief Ha, You all can go home now. Just ignore him. Hearing that, the villagers of Taihe turned their backs and began to leave the area. Chu Sheng suddenly grabbed an axe and swung it hard at Master Hashan's head, sending him sprawling. Veins bulged on his forehead as he furiously spun around. A student exclaimed in utter shock, Chu Sheng! What in the world are you hitting Village Chief Ha for? Another guy growled, I think you've truly lost your mind. Chu Sheng stood before everyone, accusing He Xian Ji Yu Fu of being the true demon. Taiji once again boldly declared, You're lying. I've already investigated He Xian Ji Yu Fu. He's just a normal person. Chu Sheng said sternly. Do you want to keep pretending? He Xian Ji Yu Fu feigned weakness and questioned the student. Do you know what you're doing? No sooner had he finished speaking than an axe blow landed, sending him tumbling backward pitifully. Strike him one more time. Yixian Jiyufu's back slammed to the ground, full of pain. The classmates were astonished. Oh no! Zhu Sheng injured him. How impulsive. He didn't find the demon. He can't just pick someone randomly and claim they're the demon, and then swing an axe at them, can he? Zhu Sheng continued to chop repeatedly at He-Xian Ji-Yufu's head, his mouth incessantly yelling. Still pretending, huh? Take this for your pretending. Taiji rushed over, warning. You're committing public murder. Zhu Sheng, you're committing a crime. Zhu Sheng's gaze was fixed intently on He-Xian Ji-Yufu. Still not showing yourself, huh? Wow, you're really good at holding out. Taiji pointed his hand, giving an order. Everyone, charge with me and capture Suo Sheng. For the safety of the villagers, if he dares to resist, kill him. Zhu Yue and the police officers also arrived just in time. He's up ahead. The students quickly realized it was team leader Zhu Yue of the Exorcism Agency. We don't need to intervene. The Exorcism Agency is here. Suo Sheng, just wait to be captured. As soon as Taiji saw Zhu Yue, he immediately extended his hand to greet him. Team leader Shui, I am Taiji. I'm an outstanding student from Han Chang Academy. There's someone openly committing murder here. However, he paid no mind and ran straight towards Suo Sheng. Zhu Yue grabbed Suo Sheng's hand and smiled brightly. Little bro, I finally get to meet you. Suo Sheng was momentarily stunned. Do we know each other? Taiji bitterly snatched his hand back. What's going on here? A student found it strange. Team leader Zhu, why are you being so formal with Suo Sheng? The friend standing next to him was also utterly bewildered. I don't know, what did Zhu Sheng even do? Ziyu recounted. That day, we were lucky enough to witness the method of killing the wealthy elder. Your elder has always been searching for you. Finally, today, we found you. Zhu Sheng replied with an icy voice. So that's how it is. Jie Yue then took a medal out of his bag. He frankly shared, no more nonsense. This is a Class 3 Citizen Protection Medal that I prepared for you, commending your contributions to Han Cheng. The students gaped. A Class 3 medal can only be earned through contributions. Rescuing over 100 people can earn you this medal. Many powerful ghost tamers haven't even obtained one yet. How did Zhu Sheng get it? Kai Ji sauntered over, accusing Captain Xia. Aren't you guys mistaken? This Zhu Sheng is the perpetrator. Before he could finish, Cua immediately refuted. A perpetrator? Impossible! Kaiji then pointed at He-Xian Ji-Yufu, lying motionless on the ground. Zhu Sheng is rife with traces of his crime. He openly killed the village chief, He-Xian Ji-Yufu, the village chief of Taizi village. The truth is laid bare before your eyes. Xie Yui turned to address Zhu Sheng. Young Master Chu, I believe that with your abilities, I won't kill people indiscriminately. Tell me what's really going on here. He sternly pointed out that the true evil of Prince Village is He-Xian Gufu. He-Xian Gufu is lying on the ground, and the other evil spirits. The others were merely transformations created by He-Xian Gufu. Taiji immediately retorted, That's ridiculous. You've already killed He-Xian Gufu. You're still slandering him. Are you implying dead men tell no tales? Shui Yu turned, ordering the police officer, go take a look. He agreed, and immediately got to work investigating. The police officer sat down, scanning it once with the device. Two trainees standing behind Taiji began to whisper. This is a specialized device for detecting evil spirits. From the Exorcism Agency. I heard it's incredibly valuable, created by high-level demon controllers. There are only a few of them in total. I can't believe Captain Zhu has one of these. The results came in quickly, and the police officer reported, Captain, I've checked He-Xian Gufu. There are no changes. I'm afraid he's not an evil spirit. Upon hearing this, Taiji became extremely smug. I've already used my A-grade demonic authority blessing to check it myself. Ha-Xian Ji-Yufu is a very ordinary person. He commits brutal murders, almost exactly like Suo Sheng. We must arrest him. However, Sui Yue still didn't believe Zhaoju's investigation that found him to be an ordinary person. Did you perhaps make a mistake and target the wrong person? He patted Suo Sheng's shoulder and comforted him, saying there's no need to worry. You are a recipient of a Class 3 Medal of Honor, someone who has rescued tens of millions of people. You have the right to be exempt from any crime. Suo Sheng's face flushed red as he declared, Your investigation isn't accurate. Let me show you how to properly investigate. Su Yu asked skeptically, What method do you intend to use to check for a demon, Xiaoju? He knelt on one knee, raised a hammer high, and declared, I'll use this. Then, without a moment's hesitation, the hammer struck Ha Zhen Ji-Yufu's head. Zhu Riyui stood frozen in place, speechless and utterly dumbfounded. Taiji shrieked, Suo Sheng, you truly are a beast. Chief Ha is already dead. You won't even spare his corpse. Suo Sheng didn't care, continuously swinging the hammer directly at Ha Shan Ji-Yufu's head, and loudly called out the number 80. Zui Yue held him, his mouth stammering. Suo Sheng, perhaps we should take a short break first. He looked up and pleaded, Captain Zhu, please count for me. I'll hit him 66 times. If he still doesn't wake up, Consider it my loss. Just as the hammer was about to strike, Xian Gufu jolted awake. Those who witnessed the scene froze in their tracks. Is Village Chief Ha alive? Suo Sheng asked in a mocking tone. He's awake? Not playing dead anymore, huh? Xian Gufu, tormented by him until his face was swollen, screamed. You little monster. Are you even human? You hit me 666 times. I'll be beaten into a pulp by you. The device in the police officer's hand suddenly vibrated. He quickly reported to the captain. The demon detection device is reacting. Taiji ran up to intervene. Village Chief Ha, there's no need to worry. Captain Shi of the Exorcism Agency is present here. He will handle things for you. He didn't know that Xian Gufu, behind him, was beginning to transform. At this moment, Taiji still boldly accused Suo Sheng. The civilian protection medal might exempt you from criminal liability, but you won't escape civil liability. Intentionally assaulting someone? Just wait to be ruined. And lose your fortune. Xie Yue and the other trainees' faces turned ashen with horror. Taiji turned his head back, softly telling Village Chief Ha, just leave this matter to me. The true form of He Xian Ji Yu Fu slammed into his vision, making him recoil in sheer terror. What is this? Taiji shuddered, feeling a dry hand, shriveled like a mummy's, belonging to He Xian Ji Yu Fu, slap hard onto his shoulder. He lifted him up. You trust me this much? How about I just eat you? Taiji's face went utterly pale as he screamed his refusal. He Xian Ji Yu Fu glared, roaring loudly to ask for a reason. Taiji whispered, I just pooped my pants. He immediately tossed him away, complaining, useless trash. Losing all interest, Xie Yue quickly waved a hand to direct. All students, withdraw from the village. This area will be taken over by the Demon Exorcism Agency. He Xian Ji Yu Fu roared like thunder. No one is going anywhere. If you've already discovered me, then let the slaughter begin. As the words ended, the villagers shed their human skin, revealing sharp fangs and glowing red eyes. The students, terrified, turned tail and fled, screaming, Too many monsters! Run! Oh my God, Suo Sheng was right! He Xian Ji Yu Fu angrily scolded Suo Sheng. Brat, I spent a fortune on underworld currency. It was so hard to buy this disguise potion, all to fool those demon suppressors. I can't believe you exposed me. He burst forth with a menacing aura. Do you realize that in just one more year, this entire city will be completely transformed into demons by me? That fiend! So Sin signaled Bai Jiyu. Let's go, we're retreating too! He Xianji Yu Fu angrily shot forward like a rocket. You ruined my perfect plan! I will definitely kill you. Xu Yue quickly drew his weapon, and he rushed towards him, hissing through gritted teeth. Demon fiend! Prepare to die. Both simultaneously unleashed their attacks on the foe. Xu Yue frowned cautiously. This demon is incredibly powerful. I suspect it's a primordial demon from the demon realm itself. With that, he yelled, ordering his subordinates, Block him! Xianji Yu Fu flapped his wings and soared into the air. I'll go finish off that little brat. So Sin and Bai Ji Yu struggled to make their escape. He Xianji Yu Fu landed like a flash of lightning directly in front of them. Bai Ji Yu recoiled in fear. He already caught up. Just like that. He Xianji Yu Fu, stretching his joints, threatened them. You won't escape from me, you know. So Sin turned, patted Bai Gu's shoulder, and urged him to run in a different direction. He swiftly chased after them, smugly declaring, It's all futile, you know. My single leap can cover a distance of 18,000 meters, you fools. So Sin quietly pulled a counter-demon artifact from his pocket. He then forcefully threw it towards Xian Ji Yu Fu. The ghostly energy shattered into many pieces the moment it touched his forehead. Xian Ji Yu Fu snarled. That ghostly energy just now couldn't even kill me, let alone your counterfeit demonic aura? Xu Sheng continued to throw another counterfeit demonic aura towards him. Have another one of these. The counterfeit demonic aura was destroyed again. He sneered. What good is it to stop me for a moment? I told you, you won't get away. While running, Xu Sheng exclaimed, This is getting a bit tricky, this demon. I'm afraid it's no weaker than the previous head nurse. Perhaps even stronger. He gave Bai Ji Yu 2 counterfeit demonic auras and told him, Let's split up and run! Take these 2 counterfeit demonic auras for self-defense. Bai Ji Yu replied anxiously, If we split up, the demon will definitely chase you. He Zhan Ji Yu Fu flew over and blocked their way. You two aren't getting away. Xu Sheng blurted out, We're out of options. I just hope we can hold out until the captain arrives. Bai Ji Yu, however, unexpectedly flung away the 2 counterfeit demonic auras and, quite discontent, cried out, Fine, then I won't run anymore. He walked step by step towards He Xian Ji Yu Fu. Esteemed Demon Lord, I surrender. Bai Ji Yu is remaking his very being. What are you doing? He, Shanjiu Fu, surprised by this move, immediately looked bewildered. Surrendering? You've left me completely speechless. This is the first time a human has ever surrendered before me. Bai-Ji-Yu declared, if I can't defeat you, then I'll join you. He pleaded earnestly. Great Demon Lord, please transform me into a demon, the Demon Lord exclaimed with satisfaction. Excellent! After I transform you into a demon, you will personally kill that brat for me. Bai-Ji-Yu immediately prostrated himself, thanking the great Demon Lord. I have no other way to express my gratitude. I shall kowtow to you. He laughed gleefully. How sensible. I like that. Just a moment later, he, Xian-Ji-Yu Fu, suddenly shuddered. His eyes darted around, full of panic. What's happening? Who's attacking me? Bai-Ji-Yu, even as blood streamed down, still clasped his hands and spoke. I wish great Demon Lord to have this day every year, and may every year be as splendid as today. With that, he slammed his head violently onto the ground. A horrifying thud resounded, and he, Xian-Ji-Yu Fu, froze, his expression contorted. He clutched his chest in agony. Chusheng's eyes were saucers, and his jaw dropped, utterly bewildered by the situation. He, Tian Guofu, stared intently at Baigu, his deductions completely off the mark. This baffling attack. Could it really be from your head slamming? Baigu once again wished him, the Monster Lord, a peaceful journey. This day next year will be your death anniversary. He, Tian Guofu, hastily backed away, screaming, No! Stop you! Don't head slam anymore! Without another word, Baigu bowed his head and slammed it straight into the ground. Blood splattered from Baigu's mouth as his tall body swayed, then toppled backward. As Baigu collapsed, Chusheng, extremely worried, loudly called out his name. Baigu struggled to utter, Chusheng, quick, go kill him! He, Tian Guofu, fuming, cursed, You scoundrel, you've really messed me up. Chusheng seized the opportunity, grabbed an axe, and charged forward, shouting, I'll fight you to the death! Seeing this, he, Tian Guofu, quickly retreated. He then spread his wings and flew up, shouting, Get lost! He, Tian Guofu, arrogantly roared, How dare you injure me this severely? But if I wish to leave, no one can stop me. He, Tian Guofu, still clutching his chest, challenged them loudly. Just you wait. Baigu, blood still streaming, struggled to sit up. Monster Lord, receive one more kowtow from me. He flapped his wings, soared high, and immediately rejected the offer. No, you scoundrel! Stop banging your head. If you keep banging your head, you'll die. Bai-Ji-Yu slammed his head hard on the ground, yelling, May you be torn into 8 pieces. Ha Xiangufu, high above, screamed miserably, then fell with a heavy thud. Roaring like a wild beast, Chusheng dashed toward him. He gnashed his teeth. This is the chance my brethren paid for with their lives. I will definitely kill you. With that, Chusheng repeatedly struck Ha Xiangufu's head. Even with his face cracked open, he defiantly declared, Stop! You cannot kill me. Chusheng didn't stop. A chilling, cracking sound echoed, and blood splattered everywhere. Ha Xiangufu uttered a threat. I am a primordial demon of the demonic realm. My tribe wields immense power in the demonic realm. If you kill me, then when you enter the main world later, you'll face endless pursuit. He raised his axe high and calmly replied, As if I care. What? He's offering to spare my life? And then we'd all still be good friends? Chusheng decisively dealt a fatal blow to Ha Xian's head. He wiped the blood from his face and sighed in relief. He's finally dead. A cold, sharp voice suddenly echoed, You punk! I curse you! Once you set foot in places I've been, malevolent spirits will cling to you. Your flesh and blood will be gnawed away until depleted, leaving nothing but dry bones. No sooner had he spoken than blood surged from his body, hurtling towards Chusheng. He instinctively recoiled, eyes wide with horror. What the hell was that? The demoness, holding a red orb, explained the curse. Only high-level evil spirits can cast such a spell. Chusheng, curious, asked, Can you break it? With a frightened look, she replied, I can't. However, I can temporarily seal it away, preventing it from causing any more havoc. Chusheng was livid. Damn it, this demon isn't just a tough nut to crack. It also takes the most hits to finish off. This malicious guy is almost dead, and still wants to put a curse on me. He walked towards Bai-Ji-Yu, signaling to the demoness. You go absorb that nuisance, he said. I'll check on Bai-Ji-Yu. Chusheng gently helped him up and asked Bai-Ji-Yu, How are you doing? He replied, I'm fine. Still breathing. He was incredibly curious about Baigu's actions just now. That demon almost got wiped out by you. Bai-Ji-Yu turned to explain. That was my awakened talent. Head-shattering strike. The stronger the headbutt, the greater the damage dealt to enemies. Suo Sheng excitedly gave a thumbs up, thinking, This head-butt-kill talent is truly peculiar. People often say a man's knee is worth 1,000 pieces of gold, and today you've gone and put that to the test. Female ghosts began to absorb Xian-Ji-Yu Fu. Suo Sheng glanced at her. Go check the background of that monster. It might help in breaking the curse. His image appeared on the orb that the female ghost absorbed. He respectfully clasped his hands before a strange entity. Demon Father. The human world is now a piece of cake, with all the major demon realms tearing it apart. That strange entity then spoke. All right then. If you want to go, then go. Just remember not to underestimate those demon tamers. He, Xianji Yu Fu, replied smugly, I can leap a full 18,000 meters in one go. No demon tamer will be able to kill me within 3 months. I'll even present a human city to the demon father. Suo Sheng frowned in contemplation. It seems this demon has an extraordinary background. Xu Yue, along with 2 police officers, quickly ran towards them and shouted. Meanwhile, the female ghost, startled, immediately hid behind Suo Sheng. Xu Yu asked worriedly, Suo Sheng, are you all right? He boldly replied, I'm fine. This primordial demon has already been taken care of by me. The 2 police officers were stunned, speaking one after another. The primal ghoul not only couldn't escape, but was even killed. Primal ghouls are usually stronger than regular supernatural entities. This person is certainly no ordinary person. Shuiyue laughed. Excellent, as expected of an anonymous master, to be able to kill Kai Lao Lao. You've made another great contribution this time. Xu Sheng smirked and asked, how big of a contribution are we talking about? He explained, in a narrow sense, this time you've rescued tens of thousands of residents from Taizi village. In a broader sense, you've saved millions of residents from Hancheng City. Your civilian guardian medal can probably go from rank 3 to rank 1. Xu Sheng pondered, are there any special privileges for being promoted to rank 1? For example, what if a demon suppressor decides to lay a hand on me? Zhu Yue pointed a finger to the sky, elaborating, a rank 1 civilian guardian medal represents a hero of the human race. Above that is the National Guardian Medal. Even a demon suppressor cannot lay a finger on you. No matter the reason, attacking you means betraying and provoking the Demon Suppressor Alliance, and they will be severely punished. Zhu Sheng turned and walked away, his voice as cold as ice. If you put it that way, I've got a plan brewing in my mind. Xia Yu was dumbfounded. A plan? What kind of plan? He quickly scurried after young Master Chu Sheng. Young Master, please wait for me. I have something important to tell you. As he walked, he began to explain. Chu Sheng, actually, there's another, rather pressing reason I sought you out so urgently. Chu Sheng tilted his head, replying softly. Captain Jie, please continue, he said as Ye Yu recounted that Han City has a demonic domain about to descend. It's called the Time Sorcerer Demon. It's extremely dangerous. Once it descends, there's a good chance the entire Han City will be utterly obliterated in an instant. Our exorcism agency has tried to tackle it countless times, but we always came back empty-handed. According to our investigation, the Time Sorcerer Demon is connected to Kai Lao Lao. And you, young master, you killed Kai Lao Lao. I need to ask for your help to go to the source of the Time Sorcerer Demon, a demonized core world, and resolve this demonic domain. Chu Sheng hesitated for a moment. I'm afraid this is beyond my capabilities. Captain Yu expressed his worries anxiously. I know this task is incredibly risky, but the only one with hope to rescue Han City, I'm afraid, is just you. Chu Sheng stopped. His words were a bit confusing to Captain Zhu. It's not that I don't want to help you all, but because I cannot enter the eerie spirit world. Zhu Yue, disheartened, stood stunned and asked for the reason. Chu Sheng explained, because I haven't truly become a spirit controller yet. 2 police officers shouted in shock. What? He's still not a spirit controller? Xu Yue sighed in annoyance. I forgot about Chu Sheng. He's still just a student at Hancheng Academy. The police officer raised a question. That's not right. If he's not a spirit controller, then how could he have killed old Kai? Xu Yue continued, stroking his chin with interest. Not a spirit controller, yet still able to kill old Kai. This can only prove Chu Sheng's innate talent is incredibly powerful. I've really underestimated this kid. The genius of this caliber is extremely rare, even within the Spirit Controller Alliance. Having said that, he pulled up his legs and ran after Chu Sheng. Wait for me. At this moment, at the entrance of Taiji village, Taiji loudly boasted, Let me tell you guys something. Actually, I had already noticed that village chief. He was acting unusually early on. At that moment, I just didn't want to stir up trouble. I aimed to finish him off while he was off guard. That way, everyone would get their share of contribution points. He pretended to be the victim, who would have thought? All my painstaking efforts were ruined by So Sheng. 2 friends standing nearby immediately chimed in. Young Master Kai is right. Your talent is to gather information about demonic creatures. How could you not know? Young Master Kai wants to resolve the haunting with the smallest possible cost. Taiji pouted. That So Sheng only knows how to mess things up, causing village chief He to transform all the villagers into demonic creatures. This time, I wonder if Captain G's group can even resolve it. Lei Gei anxiously exclaimed. But why hasn't So Sheng come out yet? Kai Ji replied venomously. After village chief, he turned into a demon. He probably chased that kid, and I'm afraid that Brat has been completely devoured by village chief He. He won't be coming out anymore. Just as the words fell, So Sheng strode out confidently. If I came out, you'd call me Dad, wouldn't you? Kaiji gritted her teeth. So Sheng, you're not dead? You're asking that again? Do you wish I was dead that much? Kaiji pointed her finger at his face and yelled, feigning injustice. You realize you almost ruined a really big deal this time? We already negotiated. This time, it's because of you that the monsters are rioting. Your contributions are absolutely worthless. Chu Sheng didn't hesitate, swinging his hand and slapping him straight across the face. His head snapped to the side. Do you even have any shame left? Taiji hissed furiously. You dare hit me? Without missing a beat, Chu Sheng delivered a powerful kick. And you're still spouting such idiotic words? It's not like this is the first time I've hit you. The kick sent Taiji collapsing to his knees on the spot, his face practically planted in the dirt. He clutched his stomach, seething, and screamed, Classmates, are you just going to stand there and watch? A student frowned, warning Chu Sheng, hitting a classmate will lead to punishment. Another friend looked visibly worried. Don't you know young Master Tai's family background? Or do you just not want to live anymore? Chu Sheng didn't pay their words any mind. He drew his hammer. Watch this, Taiji, the debt between us. It's finally time to settle accounts. A shiver ran down Taiji's spine. He loudly demanded, What do you want to do? The two words, kill you, cold as ice, rang out from Chu Sheng's mouth. Taiji staggered, crying out, Someone, save me quickly! Whoever saves me will get 100 Ming coins. A burly guy stepped up. All right, this hothead here will take care of it. Taiji chuckled gleefully, turning towards the sound. But at that moment, Chu Sheng raised his hammer high. He descended from above like a thunderclap, sending him tumbling to the ground. Seeing this, the guy was so terrified he broke out in a cold sweat. Such a dark, chilling aura. That's demonic energy, Chu Sheng enunciated slowly. What exactly did you come here for? Terrified, the guy quickly knelt down. I came to kowtow to you. Taiji clutched his head, staggering up, too pained to utter a word. Before he could even recover his senses, Chu Sheng continued to swing his hammer. So, you hired someone to kill me, Taiji? You truly treat my warnings like mere whispers in the wind. The hammer slammed hard into his thigh. The impact made Taiji's pain shoot straight to the heavens. The distinct sound of bones cracking echoed clearly. He clutched his thigh, threw his head back, and screamed, My leg! Chu Sheng said coldly. I already warned you. If you dare to lay a hand on me again, you're dead for sure. Without an ounce of mercy, he slammed the hammer straight into the other knee. The other disciples froze at that horrifying scene. Chu Sheng has truly gone mad. Stay away from him. I never thought Chu Sheng had such a terrifying side. Taiji, with wide, bulging eyes, screamed, Quick! Tell my parents! Tell my grandfather! Chu Sheng raised his hammer once more. Today, no one can save you, no matter who comes! He brought it down with all his might. Immediately, blood gushed out, splattering everywhere. A dry, cracking sound echoed, as if an egg had been crushed in a palm. Kaiji's eyes bulged. His scream was laced with both pain and resentment. Only then did he know fear, pleading with Chu Sheng to stop and spare his life. I was wrong. Chu Sheng, radiating murderous intent, asked him, Where were you wrong? Kaiji lay sprawled on the ground, wailing, I shouldn't have sent people to kill you. My greed made me worse than pigs and dogs. It was all for nothing. I am a descendant of the demon suppressors. Please, for the sake of our shared academy background. I'm sorry, forgive me, I won't dare again. Still, his eyes were devoid of emotion. Chu Sheng raised the hammer high, then brought it straight down. Kaiji's screams echoed throughout the entire street. Witnesses were all horror-struck. Kaiji, he's been beaten to death. Chu Sheng dared to kill someone. Moreover, he killed a descendant of the demon suppressor clan. He's gone mad with killing. He's absolutely lost his mind. Taitian charged down on horseback from above, bellowing, My son! The students quickly realized it was Taiji's father. Taitian is a renowned spirit master. Chu Sheng is definitely a goner. Taitian furrowed his brow and bellowed, Where is my son? Chu Sheng calmly pointed towards Taiji. He exploded in rage, snarling through gritted teeth. What happened to my son? Chu Sheng, with a flat expression, replied simply, He's dead. Taitian, absolutely livid, roared, Who did this? Without beating around the bush, Chu Sheng stood tall and decisively admitted he did it. His jaw dropped before he bellowed, You wretched brat! Why did you kill my son? Chu Sheng raised a device high. Taiji's recorded voice played distinctly. I shouldn't have sent someone to kill you. I'm greedy. Worse than pigs and dogs. What a waste that I'm a descendant of a spirit master. For the sake of our school friendship. I'm sorry. Please spare me. I won't dare to again. Chu Sheng's voice turned sharp. Hear that? He wanted to kill me, so I killed him. Taitian, being unreasonable, glared and roared. Who do you think you are? How dare you compare yourself to Taiji? If that kid kills you, you can only obediently stand still and be killed. You daring to fight back is outright insubordination. Chu Sheng frowned and sighed. Just based on your despicable words, your son deserves to die. Tai Tian leaped from his horse towards Chu like a hungry tiger. I'll kill you! Shu Yue, frightened, quickly intervened. This is bad! Stop! Chu Sheng still stood his ground, completely unshaken. That action greatly surprised Tai Tian. Aren't you afraid to die? He flicked his hand, stating sharply, What's with this act? You can't kill me! So it was just a paper figure. The figure snorted coldly. Very well. No wonder you could kill my son. I didn't expect you could see through me. You've got some skills. The onlookers were astonished. They didn't expect it was a paper figure. Tai Tian hadn't come in person. The one who came was just a paper clone. No wonder it arrived so fast. Before leaving, Tai Tian brazenly threatened, Just you wait until I return from the bizarre main world. If I don't skin you alive, then I'll have shamed the Tai surname. He galloped away, yelling loudly from above, You little punk, just you wait for me. Juyu approached, wondering, How did you recognize him? I didn't detect anyone approaching. It was just a paper clone. Chu Sheng chuckled, answering simply, Just a guess. He thought to himself, Of course, the scaredy cat ghost told me. She couldn't sense the special aura of an exorcist. On Tai Tian. Apparently, the scaredy cat ghost's ability to sense all kinds of auras is very sharp, Zhu Yui said with a serious expression. A guess? You're truly bold. If that was really Tai Tian just now, then by now I'm afraid you would have. Xu Sheng lowered his voice. Captain Shu, I'd like to ask a question. Do you know about curses? He replied, Only high-level primordial spirits can cast curses. Moreover, primordial spirits capable of casting curses all have powerful backgrounds. Xu Sheng frowned, full of unease. How does one break a curse? Xu Yue mused. You need to go to the bizarre main world to find the source of the curse. As for what the source of the curse is, that's hard to say. A specific curse requires detailed analysis. Xu Sheng thought to himself, I understand now. No matter what happens, the first step is to visit the Ghost King's world. Xu Sheng was currently walking through the schoolyard. From behind, Ziyi called out to Chu Sheng. Hold on a second. He turned around sharply, asking coldly, Ziyi, do you need something from me? As she walked closer, she said, I just got back from training in the Ghost King's world. I heard you kill Taiji. That scoundrel Taiji always bullied you. He truly deserved it. Ziyi winked proudly, assuring him, Don't worry. From now on, stick with me through thick and thin and I'll protect you. The Tai family wouldn't dare lay a finger on anyone under my protection. Chu Sheng chuckled with amusement. Wow, young miss, you're really domineering. She took the opportunity to lean in. And you're still calling me young miss? So distant. Her actions made Chu Sheng's face flush, and he stammered. Then what should I call you? Ziyi replied with a playful smile. Call me master. Chu Sheng's face went purple, and he froze for a few seconds. Chu Sheng asked, startled, Wait, you just said you came back from the spirit world? Ziyi, her eyes shining like a full moon, gave a faint smile and confirmed. Chu Sheng frowned, deep in thought. A future spirit tamer like you went to the spirit world. How? Ziyi winked and replied, It's simple. You participate in the Ghost Gate trial without relying on accumulated points. Once you pass, you're immediately promoted to a spirit tamer. Now, I am a genuine spirit tamer. Right after saying that, she lightly flicked her finger, producing a dry, cracking sound. A skeleton appeared. Ziyi cheerfully introduced. This is the ghost familiar I contracted with. Pretty majestic, wouldn't you say? Chu Sheng, his face cold as ice, mused. The Ghost Gate trial, you say? How does one participate? She closed her eyes. Only veteran spirit tamers can recommend you. Only then can you participate in the Ghost Gate trial. Moreover, it's extremely dangerous. It's a game for gifted prodigies, the descendants of powerful spirit tamer families with profound backgrounds. Ziyi stared at Chu Sheng, smiling gently. Don't think about it anymore. Just obediently accumulate points and relax, be my slave. By then, you can participate in the Spirit Tamer assessment. It's much simpler than the Ghost Gate trial. 100 times stronger. Suo Sheng turned and coldly declared, I know now. Thank you for the explanation. Ziyi, feeling crestfallen, asked loudly, Where are you going? He didn't even bother turning back, just waved his hand, telling her to go home and sleep. Ziyi stood in the middle of the schoolyard, shouting, If you're not by my side, then Taijia won't let you off the hook. Just wait until Tai Tian returns from the eerie master world. You'll be doomed. Suo Sheng turned back, his voice mocking. I'm used to being at the top now. She fumed with anger, stomping her feet stubbornly. Can't you just yield a little bit? Suo Sheng was deep in thought, calculating. Cowardly ghosts can only hold out for half a month. I must find a way to enter the eerie master world within half a month. If not, then I'll just have to sell myself and become a slave to Jing. Meanwhile, Ziyi was at the school gate, looking around, and concluded, "This is the place." She chuckled gleefully. "Haven't seen him in a few days. Wonder how that brat's doing." Xiaozi stepped out, walking and wondering. "Mako, why are you here?" Madame Ma Jiyu flared up in anger and yelled at the lad. "Do you even know how to speak properly? Old? Where exactly do I look old, huh?" He started sweating profusely, quickly admitting his mistake. "I spoke out of turn, Madame Ma Jiyu. Please don't be angry." Old man Tian walked over and exposed. "He wasn't wrong at all. You're clearly already at this age, even a few years older than me. In fact, yet you doll yourself up all day like a teenage girl, just like a painted-skin ghost. Aren't you ashamed of deceiving yourself and others?" Madame Ma Jiyu, seething with rage, charged forward. "Old man Tian, do you even need that mouth anymore? I can stitch it back up for you." The lad stepped between them, mediating. "Madame Ma Jiyu, please don't be angry. Old man Tian hasn't been in a good mood lately, but what brings you to Han City so suddenly? Did you also come to deal with the floating head phenomenon?" As she said this, she sighed wearily. "That floating head thing? It's just an old ghost. I'm not interested in such old news." Then she strode inside and remarked, "A few days ago, I discovered a promising talent in Han City, so I came to check it out." The lad hurriedly followed after her. "A promising talent, Madame Ma Jiyu? Do you mean Jing Ziyi?" Madame Magu's eyes lit up as she replied, "That brat from the Jing family is indeed not bad, but still, not enough to warrant a special trip just for him." Elder Tian spoke up. "This desolate and remote place is quite eerie. It's even weaker than other places by a good third. How could there be any good seeds here? I think your judgment is way off. You've completely misjudged." She confidently lifted her head and told that old man Tian, "Just wait until we meet that kid later. Then we'll see whose face turns red." Their footsteps echoed throughout the eerily silent corridor. She stood before an empty room and exclaimed, "This is the place! I can sense that kid's aura." The scene shifts to inside the dormitory. Chu Sheng patted the female demon's head. He thought to himself, "I heard increasing intimacy with demon servants has a significant effect. These past few days, I felt that timid demon and I are growing closer." The female demon suddenly flinched and shrieked, "A powerful demon controller is coming!" She quickly hid inside as continuous knocking echoed from the door. As soon as Chu Sheng opened the door, he asked, "Who is it?" Elder Tian was curious. "Is this the good seed you were talking about?" Upon seeing him, Chu Sheng became incredibly excited. "Elder Tian, why are you here? Is there more demonic energy for sale?" Elder Tian shook his head repeatedly, then coldly told him to scram. Mako, hands clasped behind her back, spoke up. "Oh, so you guys know each other too?" The young man gleefully replied, "How could we not know each other? Old man Dian's bad mood? It's all because of him. That demonic artifact took months to create, and he bought it for a ridiculously cheap price." Hearing that, she laughed gleefully. "Serves him right. I guess you didn't know he awakened an S-rank talent, did you? If he's lucky, the only thing he'll have in abundance is nether coins." With that, Mako turned to greet Chu Sheng. "We meet again?" he awkwardly asked in return. "We've met before?" She snapped her fingers, beckoning the ghost master. "This is my ghost servant. You're not unfamiliar with him, are you?" Chu Sheng immediately clasped his hands respectfully. "So you were senior ghost master." Supervisor pays respects to senior. Old man Dian's eyes rolled back as he yelled, "That kid awakened an S-rank talent? How come there wasn't any commotion at all?" Mako patted Chu Sheng's shoulder and explained, "Because the talent he awakened is nether coins. A critical refund for ghost-controlling combat. This talent is practically useless for it." He pouted. "No wonder. No matter how you look at it, this kid still seems like a good-for-nothing. He's hardly a promising talent, is he?" Mako's lips curled into a smirk. When he participated in the Ghostmaster's Talent Awakening test, he didn't just eliminate all the specters in the demon realm, he even managed to retrieve a demonic artifact. The old man clicked his tongue. "He eliminated all the specters? That's truly formidable. In every single awakening test, fewer than 10 people have ever managed that feat," she continued proudly. That's not all. Finally, Chu Sheng not only successfully contracted a demon servant, but also attracted the pursuit of the Dean of the Sunset Sanctuary of the World Master. This kid also successfully evaded the chase, and his demon realm completion rate reached 120%. The old man's jaw dropped. Contracted a demon servant, escaped the pursuit of a superclass demon from the World Master's demon realm? This is truly astonishing. Don't even mention someone who isn't a ghost master yet. Like him, even veteran ghost masters basically can't accomplish that, Mako asked with a sharp, cold tone. Well, old man Tian, still talking big? And that face of yours? Still talking? He nodded. I admit, this kid has a demeanor much like mine when I was young. Mako's expression changed like lightning. She cursed. Shameless! Suo Sheng raised his hand and spoke. Senior, You're looking for me this time because... She immediately corrected him. No need to call me senior. Just call me sis. Old Tian stuck out his tongue and quipped, He already calls you Granny, which is already being generous. And now you're telling him to call you sis. I'm going to gag, Mako stated emphatically. Suo Sheng, although you've awakened a talent that seems pretty useless, your adaptability in battle is actually your strongest talent. She hinted, I'm really looking forward to your performance once you become a true demon exorcist. Later, when you enter the main supernatural world, you can join my team. Zhaozi heard it like a bolt from the blue, thinking, Mako actually invited Suo Sheng? He knew Mako valued this kid, but he never expected her to value him this much. He immediately reminded Suo Sheng loudly, Go on, thank Mako already. Mako's team is the top demon exorcist squad. They don't just recruit anyone, you know. Countless talented demon exorcists want to join but can't even get in. Suo Sheng immediately cupped his hands and thanked her. Mako joyfully laughed after finishing her business. If there's nothing else, I'll be going now. Suo Sheng, if you need my help with anything later, feel free to find me. Shu Sheng showed a serious expression and confided, Senior, I truly need your help. Ma Ji-yu gave an awkward laugh. I was just being polite, you know. He clenched his fist tightly, displaying extreme determination. Then, he clasped his hands together and sought Magu's favor. I want to join the Ghost Gate trial. Could you recommend me? As soon as she heard it, she flinched. The Ghost Gate trial? Are you tired of living? Shu Sheng, his eyes full of unspoken thoughts, replied, Of course I want to live. Ma Ji-yu immediately retorted. You want to live, but you're still going to join the Ghost Gate trial. Only lunatics join the Ghost Gate trial. Those future Ghost Masters, with their incredibly powerful talents, simply have no outlet for their energy. Her voice was filled with indignation. Just to become famous overnight, they actively rush headlong into death. Isn't that just asking for trouble? Zhaozi gently reminded Ma Ji-yu. I recall you also participated in the Ghost Gate trial that year, didn't you? She quickly turned away, looking utterly tense. How could I possibly be like that? I'm extremely confident in myself, you see. Ma County gently placed a hand on Chu Sheng's chest and lowered her voice to advise him. Chu Sheng, please listen. Let's not go, okay? He boldly exclaimed. Mako! I am very confident in myself. She frowned and asked again, Are you serious? Chu Sheng, his gaze unwavering, affirmed firmly that he was serious. Ma County turned away, her eyes half closed, saying, Even if you're serious, that's a no-go. Xian Nu Jizi can't possibly harm you.